Welcome to the Winds of Chaos, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign where you influence the course of the game. You can harness the Winds of Chaos, this nefarious force of change sweeping across the land of Gondara, by donating bits during the game to help or hinder our heroes. For 300 bits, our heroes may find a useful, mundane, non-magical item. For 400 or 500 bits, you buff the monsters that our heroes are facing, with a minor or major mutation respectively. Special thanks to Bow the Distance for creating the random monster mutation table that we roll on for these redeems. For 600 bits, you compel a player character's flaw. For 700 bits, you grant inspiration to one of the player characters. That's a reroll of the d20 for them to use during the clutch moment. For 800 bits, you make Flutter Die roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, our community's favorite. Flutter's character, Kiona, is a wild magic sorcerer and doesn't have full control over arcane powers, and every now and then, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens. Finally, subscribers to the DM's channel, that is twitch.tv/ghostpepper, can harness the Winds of Chaos to blow a custom NPC or magic item into the party's path. Please direct message Ghostpepper on Discord for more information. And if you're a regular supporter of this campaign on Twitch, please consider instead directing your support over to their monthly Ko-Fi subscription plan, as they use the proceeds over there to go directly towards improvements of the game, such as music, artwork, and subscriptions to different services that make the game that much better. Any monthly supporters on Ko-Fi get a free Major Monster Mutation, Wild Magic Surge, custom NPC, or magic item once per month. We really appreciate all of our Ko-Fi subscribers, bit redeemers, and every single one of you watching the game. Now please relax and enjoy the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Collie.
Hello, Ghost.
Hello.
Hello, Collie.
Hi,
Megan, did you
friends.
say hello? Hello. Hello, Flutter. Hello,
Can people
everybody.
not hear me? Is my mic not working? Okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it was.
quiet.
It's just when
to
you
me
were.
today, but I don't know.
Yeah, when you were talking to me, it was
Yeah.
quieter than the music was.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, good. I turned you up. Yeah, you're fine.
I turned my mic up a little bit as well. Is that better?
Yeah.
We had to fiddle with my microphone settings on Saturday because my mic was cutting during.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Rai. Welcome, Bard. Welcome, Bruce. Bruce.
Net detected.
Net detected. Net not detected.
Every time I hear other D&D characters using nets now, I just think of that emote.
That's right. Only net.
If I ever run a D&D even one shot for Cauliflumps ever again, it's going to be in a world where the net was never invented.
The net,
Wow.
the net was never invented. Oh, God. Amazing.
No,
All right.
Ellie's character should have a curse where every time he picks up a net, it gets a hole in it. No, like it gets ripped somehow, so he can't handle
Right.
Yeah. I hear you. Jesus.
Carly, yes.
Yes, Carly.
Are you being responsible?
Carly says they can't hear you.
So,
Carly, yes. Carly, yes is all that Carly heard. Carly didn't hear Wolf say Carly, no.
Dang it, my mic changed again.
oh. I did not completely ignore your
Carly,
existence. That
I
is not
need
true.
you to be financially
I said
responsible.
welcome, Carly. I said it.
Welcome.
I said it.
To oh yeah, thank you, Bruce, for the bits and Flutter for the resub. Because no one else heard that. So
Wolf was also concerned that you were being financially responsible, Carly.
well, I want you to be.
But you couldn't hear it.
Mm.
Mecha Dude, Batoran, Corey Stream, Catharo, and Sugarals. Sorry, Collie, you were saying?
No, I was just like, I'm glad that Carly's being fiscally responsible.
Remember, though, you have to save some of that for
Right on.
things you enjoy that aren't me.
Carly kind of enjoys giving things to other people.
I
That's
know.
kind of her thing.
Oh, really, Carly?
That's cool. What's it gonna be a tattoo of?
Do you want me to try to explain it, Carly? Just because you've typed it to me before and it might be easier?
Bard.
All right.
Yeah, so Carly's planning on getting bars from a type of music, from a musical piece that she picked on her arm. Not like a full sleeve, I don't believe, but it's going to be like the foundation for one.
That's cool.
She's sent inspo pics before. They're super cool.
I assume you're getting the musical sheet to Baby Shark on your arm.
Yeah, Baby Shark.
Oh God.
That's the music. That's
Oh,
the
hang
song.
on, the
It's
chat's
Baby
not
Shark.
working. 1 second.
Yeah.
Song of
I
deep
just
meaning.
noticed
the
that.
chat's
1
not working.
second.
Okay.
1 second.
All right.
I'll fix it.
Mine stopped working the other day too.
Okay. Woof, before you descend too deeply into that, why don't I give us the
Yes.
question of the day?
Okay.
The question of the day
There we go.
is, what would be your character's best and worst subjects in school? Their best subject and their worst subject if they were going to school. If you have a D&D or other TTRPG character who is near and dear to your heart that you want to answer for, we would love to hear the answer for that. We love hearing character stuff from members of our community. But meanwhile, while our players think of their answer to the warm-up question, I have some thank yous to distribute to the community.
Ask a clarifying question.
Sure.
Is it like real school subjects, or would stuff like Arcana be included?
No, real school subjects.
Real school, okay.
Would clubs like 4-H count?
The hell is 4-H?
It's the farmer kid club.
Haven't we explained this?
Oh,
I feel
you
like
probably
we've
have.
explained this
You
before.
probably have. Yes.
We have definitely
Yes,
had this
that'll count.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll count. Okay. Literally, the time you explained it was the only time in my life I'd ever heard of it. So.
Which is wild to me, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll count. That'll count. Okay. So the first thank you is to our Ko-fi members. Your monthly membership goes entirely towards paying for things like the Roll20 subscription, art commissions, like our animated sprites that we use on the Roll20 maps, which Collie Flumps is showing off down in the lower left-hand corner here. I think, am I pointing in the right direction? Yes, I am. Second thank you. Oh, remember, with your monthly Ko-fi subscription, you get a free redeem of a Wild Magic Surge Major Monster Mutation, custom magic item, or custom NPC to appear in the campaign. Sorry, I just went back to work. My mind is mush right now. Second thank you goes to Megan, aka Starborn Striker, and Bow the Distance for being our resident rules lawyers, helping us out with the D&D rules. If there's something that we kind of get stuck on, they look it up for us and they tell us what the rule book says. Failing that, what Jeremy Crawford says on Twitter. Third thank you goes to Vinyl Stencil for helping us to organize the Bits Redeems, so that we can keep the game rolling. We have a Bits Redeem tonight from Bruce Campbell Soup. I don't think I even need to ask what that is for. So we will see. Yes, it's an net. So we will see what comes out of that. Final thank you just to all of you for spending this time with us each and every week, being the cool people that you are. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for laughing with us. Thank you for laughing at us. Just thank you for being our good friends.
thank you for being a friend. I had to.
Ghost, you can
They're
never buy another
making-
net. Chat, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
They're making a version of the Golden Girls, but for gay men now on Disney Plus. So
Yeah, that's so
Nathan
weird.
Lane did it.
What?
OG Golden Girls was for
it's
gay
the
men. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're doing
Right.
well, but now they're doing one with 3 gay men who are living together, and one of them lives with his mom. It's
There you go.
literally the Golden Girls starring
There you
Nathan
go.
Lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Nathan Lane I can get behind. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
He's pretty funny.
Yeah,
He's pretty
He's
funny.
also-
I like him.
He's also pretty gay, so.
We like Nathan Lane.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan Lane's pretty great.
Yeah.
I don't know the other 2 actors who are in it, like off the top of my head.
I mean, he's yeah.
Well, let's find out the answers to our question of the day. We had a couple answers in the chat. Booze is PE. Right Jones plays like a himbo version of a himbo version of Lubu from Romance of the Three Kingdoms. He's already a himbo. But he's like extreme himbofied version of Lubu. Best is PE, worst is anything that requires studying. Bard says Nadani is a perfectionist. She would excel at everything or die trying. I have a couple of those students. They're pretty hard to get through. Too. Listen, it's okay that you got a B on one test. No, you don't understand.
Dude, that was me. Oh god.
That was you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, it was so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I could see. I was kind of like that too. Right. Okay. How about our special guest, Megan?
Sorry, I was typing to Peter. So Darfin is kind of the easy one because I think his best subject would be math and his worst subject would be philosophy. Efima, I think her best subject would be philosophy and her worst subject would be history because anything she couldn't quite remember, she would just fill in with whatever.
Hey, that's fair. We know that.
Yeah, she's great at it.
As you're familiar with.
Just write an essay about liminal space on our history file. And how that's where did Napoleon get exiled to? Liminal space.
She could probably submit the same report to philosophy and get an A in that class, but get a D in the history class.
All right. What about Mazra? I have an idea, but
Her best would be like shop class or something. And then
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, her worst would be like creative writing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The poetry unit.
Yeah, sorry, Megan.
Why are you sorry?
All right.
She fails you.
I mean, she is who she is. I have to love her as she is.
Yeah. What about Kiona?
Well, 4-H if it counts. Obviously, agricultural class would be her strong suit. I think her weak suit would also be. It would be like we had English, just like language, like writing in general.
Reading and writing.
Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, that would be her worst for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what about Foodle?
I think that this might be something that Mazra and Foodle have in common, although I am torn. I think Foodle would be quite good at shop. You know, he learned to tinker from his uncle, and that's probably one of his better subjects. Maybe PE. I mean, he's not very strong, but he's pretty quick, right? So maybe, I don't know, something for soccer.
What about outdoor education?
Oh yeah, like if there was I remember when I went to camp, we did like orienteering and stuff. Foodle would be great at that. Mm-hmm. And his worst class, I mean, there would be a lot of them, I think. Probably the worst would be, I had a personal finance class when I was in high school. I think Foodle would have flunked out of that like multiple times. Anything to do with money.
Anything to do with money?
Yeah.
All right. Nice. So, fantastic answers all. So as we begin, last session, you made your way through the second floor of the dungeon. You had two paths to take. you took the path that set you face to face against one of the sorceress's lieutenants, a necromancer. Having handily defeated her, you moved on, although it was pretty close. at a certain point, she just had one more turn.
Deal in history too. She offered us. Brutal, man. Anyway.
That's right. Yeah, she offered you a deal, and you guys almost took it.
Human rights we're talking about. Inhuman rights.
That's right.
Inhuman, literally.
yeah.
Having defeated the necromancer, you made your way to a central chamber where you found a magic circle with Quori glyphs etched into the stone, glowing in that bluish white energy of chaos magic. And of course, once again, you leapt straight in.
The thing, you guys.
With Mazra coming up last. And hot on your heels, a very dangerous, very hungry, and very angry bone devil.
Right. Oh god, we've got so much problems to deal with, you guys. We've got so much problems.
We are in so much trouble, and I love it.
I do want to issue one small retcon. Because although I feel Ghost Pepper did a very good job of playing Ephema, I don't think she would have gone through the portal until Mazra went through. I think she would have waited to go with her at the same time instead of just being like, liminal space nosedive.
Though it was fun.
Yeah. I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah.
And as you step into the magic circle, it whisks you away to who knows where. I've just got to pull something up here before we get started. There's a document I'm looking for here real quick. There it is. I just gotta open this up. My notes for tonight.
You don't need those. Come on. Man, you know what I was thinking, Wolf? We haven't seen Mazra use that like blindfold that she got. Was it a blindfold or was it like
a head? It
was a headband.
She's used it a couple times.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's been a while. I hope we see that. I mean, who knows, right? But that'd be cool.
Mint tea tonight, chat. Very tasty.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Mint tea, bleh.
Yeah, I know you don't like mint tea. And guess what? There's
Megan and I agree on this
There's no sweetener in it. It's just straight up. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
What tea are you drinking, Flutter?
Decaffeinated breakfast tea. Because I'm boring and I like black tea.
Still better than mint. Way better than.
Hey, crew.
Hello.
What?
You guys ready for some bard foolery?
What?
Hello, Bard.
What is happening?
Hi.
Well, it is April Fool's Day.
So
My
God.
in the know about this. Is that why he's not freaking out? Let's
Time for a chaos one shot. Everybody's ready.
Oh my God.
Holy shit, you're
I
kidding.
need, first and foremost, I need Wolf, Holly, Flutter, and Megan to all roll a d4.
Okay.
And tell me what you get.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting a physical D4 out. Okay, all right. Okay.
Is this like there were so many times where Ghost is like, "Are you going to be available for D&D on Tuesday? Are you sure you're going to be able to be there?"
Hang on, I'll get a D4.
I got a 4.
I gotta find my poor sweet D4s that almost never get used.
D4s.
I got a D4. It's a 4. It's a
This is
beautiful.
amazing.
I'm
Oh
doing my
God.
pink D4. I got a 4 as well. The pink.
Yay!
I got a 1.
Holly got a 1. Sweet. I'm gonna send you something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. This is probably good.
Oh, is this the
no.
secrets that you guys were talking about on freaking Saturday night that we weren't allowed to know about?
Amazing.
Maybe?
I don't know a lot.
Megan, what did you roll?
2.
A 2? All right. I need Woof and Flutter to re-roll.
Oh.
Okay.
2.
Nice win.
I have a feeling you're gonna have to roll until you get a number that's the same as somebody else.
That's fine.
No, what did Woof roll?
I gotta reroll. Yeah. Freaking dice. All the, you know, like when you have your purse and you're looking for something and it always goes to the bottom.
Oh, you can't find
Yeah.
a D4.
I rolled a 3.
And Flutter rolled a 2 that time?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sweet. Give me a second to send over these things. While I'm doing that, you guys
Never gonna
step
give
through
Flutter
a chaos portal and you suddenly find yourselves sitting around a wooden table with a bunch of people you don't recognize.
What just happened?
Oh god.
And as you're kind of looking around, you kind of notice you don't really recognize yourself either.
God.
That's kind of normal for Kiona.
Right. This is different. Oh. I feel so learned.
Are we still
and-
using our regular voices for these new characters?
I don't know, I'm trying
to.
The only person at the table who recognizes himself and everybody else is Ghost character. Ghost, can you tell us who your character is?
Yeah, so Elias Eli Carter, 42-year-old jaded United States history teacher.
Oh my gosh.
He's got
Oh my
imagine
gosh.
that.
Oh.
I can't. It's hard to imagine.
I have
Jaded
never
history.
taught U.S. history,
Mm.
so
I
not
have,
like
it
me at all.
sucks.
He's lounged back in a chair with his feet kicked up on the table, nursing a steaming cup of coffee in his hands, takes a sip, look around at the
I thought it was actually
amazing.
transparent. Never mind. Hang on a minute. An actual
I love
transparent
that's
image.
incredible.
No, it needs to be right. It's lied to me. What a lie.
He looks around at the rest of you, professing confusion about where you are. And he says, "Yeah, I sometimes wonder why I'm here too. Y'all had a rough night last night?"
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe hit the bottle too hard?
I mean, is this liminal space?
You see, everybody else sees. They're noticing you're kind of in a like a brightly lit room with several tables around, and on the table in front of you, there's kind of some crudely drawn maps on like paper that's like very white compared to paper that you are used to, and little like plastic. Looks like toys maybe that are in different, they look like different characters maybe, and so you don't really know what's going on. Ghost is our historian. Eli is the only one who really knows what's going on, so you guys can try to suss out what's going on. Clearly, this portal took you somewhere you did not expect.
Can I ask an above table question?
Sure.
Do I, the person who is driving this new weird meat sack, know the things that are written on the page that you gave me?
Not yet. I mean,
okay, so I don't know my other name yet. Okay.
Right, exactly. So you're still, as far as you know, you're still Ephema and Kiona and Foodle and Mazra. You just oopsed into some bodies somewhere, and everything is unfamiliar.
Right. This definitely wasn't what I was expecting on the other side of that portal.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit taller. This is weird.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Have to be honest with you. This new body is very weird compared to the one I'm used to. I don't usually have these parts.
Listen, guys,
Kiona will start giggling.
I'm not one to judge, but the substance y'all have been imbibing didn't come out of a bottle, did it?
We didn't buy nothing.
I feel like
I don't drink.
I usually remember pretty strongly the
saying.
things that I drink.
I'm saying it didn't come from a bottle. It's obviously something much stronger. Listen, I'm not gonna judge.
It sounds. You sound.
My character's name is Eli.
Extremely
I'm just
judgy
saying.
right now.
Look, which one is? Oh, they're all fairly old. Listen, if you're gonna last long in this profession, what I'm saying is not judgmental. You've got to be discreet
I feel
about
like you're gaslighting
whatever it
me now.
is,
You're just
whatever it
altering
is you use
reality
to get yourself through.
Now listen
You just got to keep it on the
here.
down low.
I am a very experienced person, and I don't need this kind of lip from a young whippersnapper like you.
Young.
Right.
I'm 65 plus an unknown amount of years that you don't know.
Above table, do you look 65?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. I'll go ahead and find it. So,
All right, I see the labels.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Kali, or who we assume to be Kali, is a 35-year-old woman who is dressed very modestly in like kind of a little dress with a cardigan sweater and glasses, and her hair pulled back in a little bun. She's probably in the area of like 5'4", very slight build. And then Megan is a 39-year-old, very tall, like 6'6", very buff man who's in basketball shorts with a gray t-shirt tucked into them. Wolf is a 29-year-old woman. She's a little bit more dressed a little bit more stylishly than Foodle's person. She's a little younger. She wears her hair down. She's, probably like medium build. And then Flutter is a 31-year-old man who is very buttoned up, very even just from looking at him, you can tell he's kind of reserved in his demeanor. That is until he's possessed by Flutterdye. I mean, Kiona. And then obviously Ghost is our
Himself.
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 Ghosts very into like very original OC.
I want to hear Bard just describe Ghost's character as Ghost. He's got glasses, a full beard, and mustache.
Looks a bit Canadian.
Sorry. Yeah, looks a
Has
bit
tie.
Canadian.
Even though
Looks
it's a
Canadian.
even though it's a casual setting, he's wearing his jacket and tie.
Whoa. Anyway, sir.
Right, y'all are being real weird, but
I think you're being the weird one here.
Do we sound like ourselves, or do we
That's
sound like our
right.
characters? Like our voices?
that's a good question.
You
That's a good
kind of
question.
affect like a similar accent to your character, so like a similar like style of speaking, but it's not quite right because you're in completely different bodies.
Look, I don't
Yeah,
know what's going
because
on
someone-
here, but I am
Someone
not happy about this.
I am also very displeased. This is strange.
Are you the one who did this? She looks at Elias, or Eli, or whatever.
No.
Can I
Are
lean
you
over the
sure
table?
You're the only one.
This isn't even y'all's characters.
Can I lean over and grab his shirt and be like,
What do you
Wait, what?
mean, y'all's characters?
what did you do to us?
What do you mean, y'all?
When Wolf slash Mazra slash, oh my gosh, who are you? Francesca Frankie reaches over to grab Eli's shirt. She kind of like misses real hard and like stumbles forward onto the table.
Oh,
Oh, are you all right there, ma'am?
Mazra?
Why don't we all
Listen.
just say our names and then we'll all know who we are? I'm Ephema. I'm the Witch of the Woods.
That ain't your character. Like
That's my name.
we
son.
went over this.
When
We
did
went
go
over this. Big D.
When did we go over this?
Big D. I think that might be sexual harassment. How do you know what size
That's
it
your-
is?
No, it's because your name's Devin.
My name is Ephema, and I am the Witch of the Woods.
Jesus Christ. My God.
Who?
We went
Who's
over
that?
this. We had a
Who's
whole
that, apparently?
we had a whole session 0.
Wait a minute, you shut up!
You made your characters.
Hush! Hush, I want to hear everybody else's names. She points at Mazra.
Do I know
At the
who
woman.
I am? Or
I know
Yeah.
who you are.
You know who you are, you don't know who you're in.
okay. I mean, my name hasn't changed at all. I don't know why you're asking me that.
Because you look different, so I'm assuming I'm talking to Mazra.
And she
I'm
lifts her hand and she's
assuming
like,
that she's the one.
I'm not
She's
green.
the one who
Yeah,
witnessed the
Mazra, you do look
question
different.
I have a hand.
Kind of nice.
She's like,
All right, and who are you? She points to the next person.
Are you quite sure you're Ephema, the Witch of the Woods?
I would.
You
I
don't
think I
look
would know
anything.
if I was somebody. It's the soul that matters, dear. Who do you
Right.
feel like you are inside?
Well,
Wait,
I mean,
but
that's
wait.
quite the question.
You said we're characters?
Well, Yeah, you're playing characters in the game.
What game?
Who are
The
you?
game we're playing.
She points
Dungeons
at,
and
she points
Dungeons
at
and Dragons.
Fiona.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
Bard.
well, who do you think I am, Fima?
I think we're playing Pathfinder. No. I'm kidding.
Well, I think the philosophical one. I think the philosophical one might have been Foodle, so I'm guessing by
Oh
process
shoot! I
of
forgot to turn off
elimination,
my
it might be
routines.
Fiona.
Sorry.
I think I'm
stretching.
Kiona, but I mean, I look different.
You always look
I'm
different
not saying that I
though.
always
That
look
by
different,
now?
so that's not really much change. But at this time, I'm a different kind of person too, which is a little different. But
You don't have red
Okay.
hair like normal.
oh, that's true, huh? She tries to pull the hair. I don't know. Her hair isn't long enough to pull out, so she can see it. Maybe she'd like. Oh,
No, it's very
So
very
The
close.
odd
cut.
one
Yeah.
out. You're the odd one out here, Eli, or whatever your name is. So why don't you start explaining what's happening?
Listen,
Yes, please. Please explain what's happening.
listen. I don't know what acid you all dropped before you came here. Whether you're into some of them bath salts or fentanyl or whatever the kids are
We
up to
don't know
these
what
days.
any of those things are, so you may as well just stop posturing and say words
long-
that make sense.
As long as you don't start eating my face, whatever. But you asked me
Is that
I'm
sexual?
making Maz remark.
to.
Is that sexual? Is he coming on to us?
I feel like
You
it's
asked
not-
me
language that
to
he's
teach-
speaking.
I mean, if he
Y'all-
is, I like it.
how to play
Oh, well, cool,
Dungeons
Marty.
and Dragons.
If he
We
wanted
sat
to.
down together and made characters for you. Now you're coming here all like method acting or something and acting like you have whole different characters from what we agreed on before. That's kind of rule number 1 of Dungeons and Dragons. You got to respect the dungeon master's time. And that's
Are you
me,
the
the dungeon master.
You're the dungeon master. Okay, it's beginning
Yes,
to make
I'm
sense.
the I'm the
You
dungeon
pulled us
master.
here from another dimension so that you
I
could
did.
tell us what to do.
What the hell performance acting is this supposed to be?
Who's this big
told
D
you-
that you mentioned before?
You are. That's what you told me your nickname was.
What?
Devin Martinez.
Well, then who am I supposed to be?
You're Francesca Holloway.
That's a very
You just
fitting
joined.
name.
You just joined the staff this year.
On the staff?
Yeah.
Is that like a Dungeons and Dragons terms? Is she like the assistant?
No. No, the staff at the school.
They
There's
don't
a
have a school
a
set
school?
up yet.
A school?
It's not
I
done
mean, we're
yet,
working
but
on it, but
You don't have a school set up yet.
We
The hell are you talking about?
Listen, I think we just have to play his stupid game and then he'll maybe let us go.
all
So
right,
Eli's
well,
getting exasperated, obviously.
Yeah,
So he goes to
yeah.
take a swig of his drink, and he pours it
It's got
right
whiskey
into
in
his
it.
lap. Pours
It's got
it
whiskey
right
in
into
it.
his lap.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. God damn it! My coffee with whiskey in it.
oh, sorry, Mr. Dungeon Master.
60% whiskey. 40%
here, do you want-
coffee?
Do you want me to help you clean that up? I could, here. I'll just dab.
Hold on. Collie's it. Nope. No.
Okay,
No.
all right. Okay,
No.
okay.
Boodle?
All right.
What does Collie look like again?
Think about Slade. What are
he's-
you doing?
I mean, look at the beard.
So Foodle is Lily, a 35-year-old woman, very cutesy, very demure, glasses, little bun.
Doodle is a
Very
female
modest.
version of himself, essentially.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
basically.
I'm dying
Listen,
right
if
now.
He's a little bit taller.
If you play a game and do whatever weird shit you're into, you'll send us home afterwards.
Sure.
Will you sign a blood contract to that effect?
Sure.
Produce it?
Well, I mean, he should take
I
us
don't
out to
have
dinner
one.
first.
I mean, is there paper on the table?
Yeah.
Sure, there's paper on the table. I'll write down
Ephema will flip
the
over a
dungeon
page.
master.
When you go to pick up
Will
a piece of
hereby-
paper, you get a huge paper cut right in the middle of your hand.
She uses the blood on her finger to write, I, the Dungeon Master, do solemnly swear that when the game of Dungeons and Dragons is complete, I will send all parties back to the properly designated worlds, and then she makes a big line with an X beside it and pushes it towards Ghost.
She
Right.
doesn't know we're here 4.5 years later still.
And Eli will sign it with a red pen that he pulls out of his suit jacket pocket. Which seems like a magical pen because he doesn't even have to dip it in an ink pot first.
Okay, the blood contract is signed. What are we gonna do now, gang?
Alright, conduct your game. How do we begin? What are our proper names for this? What characters are we playing?
Well, I don't know. Big D, you were gonna play some sort of like barbarian, but now you're like some witch of the woods or something like that.
Woods. It's not hard to say. Witch of the Woods.
Sure, that's what I said.
Alright, and who is the rest of the people? What's my name? My barbarian name, is it Gurg Smash?
Yes, it
You
is.
hadn't actually come up with a name last time, Big D.
Gurg Smash sounds fantastic.
All right. I have no idea. Now I have to make up what other people's characters were. Lily, you were playing a
I
bard.
didn't expect them to want to play the game. I expected them to be like, where are we? We have to figure it out. Not, okay, fine, I guess let's play D&D.
You can never.
So, congratulations, Ghost. Here you go.
Ghost
Apparently, I'm still being the dungeon master anyway.
Well, that's what we were supposed to do.
I'm gonna pee my pants. This is so funny.
So can we just say
we're gonna
we
time skip a little bit forward.
we go
you guys
through?
have gotten into the game.
We played D&D. Yep.
Yeah, you're noticing though, like as
well,
you've been
now
playing, as you've been playing, obviously Eli is just a mess trying to explain to these otherworldly beings who he believes to be high on some form of drug.
Mazra is the most crunchy dice stat player ever.
Yeah.
As you guys have been playing, though, you're noticing that the dice have been not very friendly to you, and not only that, like in the game, but like basic things that you would normally do without even thinking about, you're struggling to do. So like trying to take a drink of like whatever beverage, or like going to eat like a bit of whatever snacks are lying around and just totally missing your mouth. Something is clearly not right. And Eli, you guys get to a point where Eli asks for you guys to roll for initiative, and everybody takes their d20 that they're now accustomed to and rolls it, but the dice don't stop rolling. they kind of all stand up on a corner and spin indefinitely.
We've been incepted.
This is very typical liminal space behavior. I don't
What
think
the hell
I
is
don't
going
think we're
on?
supposed to play this game. I think we're supposed to do something else.
Boodle's just staring at
What do
Eli.
you
I
mean
do have this effect
supposed
on
to?
some people.
Well, have you ever seen the dice do this before?
This effect?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Foodle like looks down at the dice and then back to Eli.
Good night, Bruce.
America Pepper will be pushing Megan's buttons for the next few
Nice,
hours.
Bruce.
Have you ever seen the dice do this before?
No?
So this strikes you as abnormal.
Well, yeah, it's pretty odd.
And you don't think it's weird?
Well, yeah, I
Just
do.
keep playing.
No,
Well,
I'm a
this
little
is
bit
what I'm-
scared. Like
this is what I'm-
y'all are scaring me quite a lot with your complete, just out and left field behavior.
Good.
I didn't make the dice do this.
I don't
Well,
you
think
but
hear-
the dice are compounding that.
Back in the kitchen behind the bar, you hear just a crash of chaos as it sounds like somebody has dropped just a metric ton of dishes in the kitchen behind the bar, and at the same time, kind of up the stairs in the distance, you hear a loud crash.
Are those
Oh, no.
things
Like
normal?
What
a
is
car
going
crash.
Yeah, like Eli would know it sounds like a car crash.
It's a car crash.
If you
Is
know
that the
that's
demon
you,
thing?
What the hell's
it's
going on
cars
here?
in the Fey realm.
Did it finally catch up with us?
It must have. We should go check. All I have is this, and Lily, this cute little woman, she pulls out an axe.
What?
I have a short sword.
That's part of my equipment. I have a
Shing.
battle axe.
What?
A battle axe and a,
I mean,
and a
it's-
textbook.
It's not what I'm used to, but it'll do. I have a fucking battle axe, guys.
Jesus
It's
Christ,
actually
what is
foam.
this?
No, don't do that.
No,
Where did you get this?
we're
part? This is
LARPing now,
amazing.
Eli.
This is so good. I have a book on effective pedagogy.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys all have the same
Yeah.
equipment. I
Yeah.
did not have
It's
time to
amazing.
give you individual equipment.
This is amazing.
Oh,
so-
yeah, I have
Okay.
a club too.
That's okay.
So I
That's
assume
great.
everybody can pick one of the three like weapons, like between the short sword, axe, whatever, and then you'll have not specifically a club, but that will relate to
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
objects in the world. So like if you find
If
a
she-
metal
That's our-
bar from a
yeah.
construction site or whatever,
Gotcha.
you can
If a female
Um,
tries to
melee.
cast a spell, does anything happen?
What spell are you trying to cast?
Eldritch Blast.
So roll a d20.
Oh god. Okay. I'm not
This
aiming
is
at
interesting.
anybody. I'm specifying before I roll the die. I'm not aiming at anybody.
Kiona,
I'm
Kiona is
aiming at
watching
something
Ephema very
non-specific.
curiously.
I rolled a 9. Do I add anything to that?
No, you don't add anything to it, and you notice an Eldritch Blast doesn't happen, but you kind of create this weird, like, sparkly electricity around you.
This is new, and
The hell is going on?
don't touch
Will-
it. I don't know what it's going to do.
It just
that
kind
one
of, it just kind of like, comes out of you and then fades away.
Well,
It doesn't
Either
linger.
either she can't reach me here, or she's being a bitch.
Perhaps it's one of the effects of the liminal space.
Maybe.
Who
I
is she?
wonder.
Never
My
mind.
pa-
Never mind. We
my
gotta go
patron.
upstairs and see what just happened.
She
Right.
does like to fuck
Oh,
around.
right, the demon.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Um,
demon. Okay.
All right.
So you guys run upstairs and you notice
Look. I put my hands on Lily's shoulders and do this, right? One hand on her shoulder. Do this. Look in my eyes. The game is over. I know you're tripping balls right now, but we're not playing the game.
Don't put your hands on her. Efima smacks his hand away.
Ow!
No. Sorry.
It's like that's a big smack.
Has anyone ever told you you have beautiful eyes?
I think that as the only person here
Literally
that
no
doesn't
one.
know the rest of us, you should be the one going along with us.
What she said. He said. What they said.
Wait, what?
But you're
That's right. I'm a they.
About the eyes?
I think about all these right now. Listen, let's just go find the demon, all right? Somebody lead Masro.
I don't think-
you lead the way up the stairs.
I don't think I'm super keen to let a bunch of people who are obviously like tripping on acid or something like that take the lead.
But also,
sure.
maybe as a teacher, you kind of feel a little bit of responsibility, like personal responsibility, to not let them wander off into the night.
I'm gonna make sure that they don't get themselves hurt while they come down from this.
So you guys,
Big
Very
And
D,
I'll
serious
follow
trip.
Eli.
Big D will stop and look, I assume, down at Eli if I'm like 6 feet
Yeah.
tall.
yeah.
And be like, now listen here, son. You're the weird one. So just follow our lead and no sass. Alright, Mazra, lead the way.
Make sure to check for traps.
So you guys rush up the stairs, and you see Eli knows where you guys are, so he's aware fully that there's a game shop above this little like area that you guys had met to play D&D in. So, but everybody else just sees a brightly lit like room full of shelves with all kinds of boxes and gadgets and figurines that you guys have no idea what any of it is.
Are we in Willow's Wands? What is this place?
Didn't he say it's a school?
No,
This isn't
We
a
work-
school?
we work at the school. This isn't the school.
Well, where
It's
are
a
we
gaming
now?
store.
Oh,
It's a gaming shop.
Oh.
I see.
They sell like minis for Dungeons and Dragons and
Is the
40K
tavern
and stuff like that.
upstairs? Is the tavern upstairs?
Well, it's kind of like, I'm assuming it's like a gaming pub kind of thing.
Can I examine the miniatures?
Yeah, so like the area you guys were in is like the pub area where you can get drinks
Yeah.
and play games, and then upstairs is just
in the basement, yeah,
game
and then on
shop.
the ground floor is the game shop, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It would be built in a way that it seems very strange to you as well, like the big windows at the storefront and things like that
It's not wood and
would be,
brick or whatever.
yeah.
Can I look at the miniatures?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Are you looking
head
for
straight
anything in
outside.
particular, or?
Anything she recognizes.
Okay, you see on a shelf there's kind of been a display set up, and it's like a little castle built out of some kind of material that you're not super familiar with. And placed around it are various little characters. You see like skeletons holding swords and like a dragon that's bigger than the rest of them. And then you see something catches your eye, and you see what looks to be a little orc figurine standing there kind of in the middle of all of it.
I didn't approve any merchandise.
I love that.
God.
What is this?
Maybe we can take it home with us. It's kind of cool.
She takes it and puts
Looks
it in her
like you
pocket.
a little bit.
Yeah. Mhm.
Are we going to
No,
find the demon now?
no. You put that back.
Oh,
You gotta
And
pay
you
for
see
it
it's
if you want it.
She digs in her
Oh.
bag. She's looking for her gold.
Well, how much is it?
She doesn't have any
I don't
gold.
know, like
you
$8.
8
Oh.
deer.
you
How many is that?
Have a
in
Deer
gold?
pelts or
hold on. Monster, you don't have your regular bag, but you notice that the bag on your shoulder is like a big, like, kind of a boho bag.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Gosh.
and you dig in it, and there's a bunch of like scraps of paper and like tube of chapstick, which you have no idea what that is.
What is all this?
And just like various other like odds and ends.
Efima
Smells like
holds up a
strawberries.
piece of chalk and says, "How much is this?"
It's like, what is this? What is this?
Nothing.
Well, why do I have it? If is it a spell component?
No,
must be.
you use it. What is
Oh.
wrong with y'all? Okay, forget.
Show me
I'm
how to
gonna-
use
I'm
this.
gonna go check out what's going on
me how to
outside, and
use
I
this, Eli.
like shake my head and just put up my hands, and I
Don't
go
worry,
outside
Mr.
to
Eli, I'm coming
check the
too.
car accident.
Wanted to know what it was for. All right, I'll follow up the stairs.
We're following him, just being like, "What about this thing? Why do I have this in my bag? That's so useless."
So, Ghost, if you want to put up the townscape.
Sure. Yeah.
Efima to Kiona is like, "What? If it's not a spell component, what's the point of it?"
I don't know. Why would you have so much junk in your bag? She's sifting through this guy's bags too. It's just a bunch of papers.
Speaking,
I don't
I
know
mean,
what
we
you
can't
do.
talk given how our bag of holding looks, but
I have a really
Yeah,
heavy
oh my
It's
God.
useful stuff.
I have a really heavy book in here, and it doesn't have any spells in it.
I don't see any scrolls in this paper. No, right? What are we doing with all this paper?
I don't
Ain't got
know.
spells on it.
So you guys walk out the door into what can only be described as like a small town area, like a town center area. And it's getting later in the evening, so there's not a lot of people out. So you quickly see kind of across the street, smashed into a lamppost, is just kind of a sedan, and there's a man standing outside of the vehicle, just watching and like scratching his head, like looking at the scene and scratching his head, and just looks super perplexed. There are a couple of people who have kind of like strolled by, but they're not really stopping to see what's going on. Assuming that somebody else will deal with
does it look like this,
Oh.
like the picture here?
Do you
Yes.
remember when I left with Alfie, my new son?
Of course.
This
Right.
is this.
Oh
You
yeah.
see that thing that's near the light post? That was what I got a ride in.
What is
We
this?
have these-
And
we
she-
have them in the
Amazing.
fairy realm.
She points
They're
at
How do
the
you get to
Right.
this
the
world?
electric
They're
lights.
called
What is this?
cars. Fairy lights.
Oh.
I'm gonna jog. I'm gonna ignore them. I'm gonna leave them for now.
They're called,
I'm gonna
called
jog up
cars.
to the guy who
And they-
hit the lamppost.
But it's made
of
to see if
metal.
He's okay.
On their
As you start to jog,
yes.
real quick, as you start to jog, you kind of like trip over your own feet. So you kind of decide it's probably better to just walk.
Okay, I'll just
Now-
walk.
Now they're not supposed to go into the light post, so I think something may have gone wrong. Maybe we should go check on the
sir?
gentleman.
Sir, are you all right?
I guess I was just driving down the street and all of a sudden I lost control. I don't know what happened.
You're not supposed to hit the lights, dear.
I'm aware of that. Thank you.
I'm
just-
sorry. I'm sorry for my friends. They're something's gotten in their heads.
We're not his friends.
I mean, I called a tow truck.
that
I don't know what else
hurts.
to
That hurts
do.
a
I must have just had a moment. I guess I'm getting on there in age, but
I think we're just occupying the bodies of his friends for an indeterminate amount of time.
he just like
Oh.
stares at you and like cocks his
Yeah.
head.
Monster's
And
like
like-
knocking on the cars.
They're, I kind of step in front of his view, like as he's like looking at them. I kind of slide into his view, and I go, they're kind of Democrats.
He kind of like gives you a weird look too, like, well, you're with them, so. And then like he's like, I think I've got this handled, thanks, and turns around.
Yeah, sure.
Like hoping you'll just leave.
And inside, if you see that little round circle in the middle of it, there's like it makes a sound like a goose when you touch it.
Huh.
It like honks.
Are you gonna show him?
Well, is there a car open that I can do it, or am I just pointing through the window?
The window's
I'm just
open.
doing okay, yeah. She reaches in through the window and and puts her hand on the center of the thing.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh God. Why am I the only one triggering d20 rolls?
You're the only one that's really actively doing anything.
I rolled a
Oh
3.
god, true.
You rolled a 3?
A 3.
Okay, as you push on the horn, it definitely makes a sound, but it's not the sound that you were expecting at all. It almost sounds like a jingly ethereal sound that like wafts out of it. And the guy who's standing there looks almost as shocked as everybody else does, as if it's never done that before.
Excuse me, is it normal?
No, I've never heard that sound before in my life. Maybe I gunked up the horn when I hit the pole? I don't know.
Did Mazda start like...
I'm gonna...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna pull out my grandfather's pocket watch and open it and look down at it.
Okay. You want to roll a
Is
d20 for me?
Sure.
Roll higher than a 3.
Yeah. 16.
16. So you notice that the watch isn't behaving like a normal watch. It's almost like the hands are behaving more like a compass. They're not so much ticking as they are kind of shifting with the movement of the watch.
Okay. And I kind of like turn around, hold it up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
And as you're
really
turning,
confused.
Yeah, as you're turning, you notice it's kind of like moving along with you, and you get to a point where it's like pointing straight at 12 noon.
I'm sorry, is that a clock?
I knew it. I knew something was going on here.
Is that a clock?
Well, it's supposed to be, but it's acting kind of like a compass right now.
That's what I was thinking. That's not normal here, is it? For clocks to be also compasses?
No. None of this is normal.
You kind
Well,
of realize
excuse
also,
me.
looking at the direction that you're pointing, that it seems to be pointing you towards the side of town where the high school itself is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do we follow the clock or the compass?
Can I tell if it's magic? I've got skills in Arcana and investigation in this body, apparently. I don't.
Yeah, but they're like human arcana.
Human
So like crystals and like tarot.
Is it
Read up
like
tarot cards.
new agey stuff? Is
Yeah,
that,
like
is that
crystals.
what Arcana is?
Crystals, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
According to my knowledge of
Human Arcana.
nature,
Jona's utterly confused.
this is not normal. There may be something incorrect with the magnetic poles.
Well, do we follow the
Yeah.
pointer or do we wait to the time?
I think we ought to head this way, and I think you three ought to stick close to me.
Why?
You're with Mr.
The
Eli.
three of them?
Why?
There's
Are
4.
you
You 4.
a warrior?
No, nothing like that. I'm
Are
a teacher.
An authority.
We're-
So you're an authority figure.
Yeah, we're all teachers.
Oh, we're instructors.
All of us.
What do I
Yeah.
teach?
You're. Come on. And as we start walking,
Oh, what?
um,
Not helpful information.
I say, y'all really aren't who you're supposed to be, are you?
Well, no, you called us here from another world. What
I
did you
sure
think was
didn't.
going to happen?
What's your real name?
Ephema, the Witch of the Woods.
All right. And you points to Lily.
Oh, I'm Foodle. I'm a gnome.
Okay. And Frankie, who are you?
I don't know. You could be some kind of fey creature. Why would I give you my name?
I mean, that's fair. You don't know, I suppose.
Her name is Mazra. He's not a fae. I would know. I work for one.
Oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Something tells me she would say she knows, but she don't really know half as much as she says.
Excuse me, son. I'm not deaf.
Ollie, what about you?
Um,
And he turns to look at you.
I was gonna
He's
say.
talking to you,
Kiona. Kiona is my name.
All right. And what are you supposed to be?
Well, I mean, I was a ranch hand, and then I was a sorcerer.
You're still a sorcerer, dear. You haven't
I mean, I suppose I still am a sorcerer. Yes. Wait,
given yourself some credit.
So this is some
Adelotti?
kind of.
Where's Adelotti?
Nobody else but you.
Oh, Kiona,
So
do you need
I'm
a hug,
thinking-
dear? Are you all right?
I think I might. Kiona is distraught.
All right, now I'm thinking
Big
what might
buff
have
guy would
happened.
just wrap you in a massive bear hug while Elias talks.
All right, now what I'm thinking might have happened is some sort of otherworldly possession that I'm a little bit. Some people say I'm nuts, but I'm a little bit suspicious for some time that something's been going on in this town. Something that the town council's been hiding. The county, the crooked politicians at the county office have been hiding.
So it's
something.
just like
Mainstream
demonic
liberal
activity?
media.
Yeah, sure.
We're talking
the
demons?
mainstream media doesn't want us to know. I don't know what it is, but
vampires.
I've been investigating some strange
Undead.
town records going back all the way to colonial days. Of
Colonial
weird things
days.
happening in this area.
What dynasty is that?
Don't worry about it. Listen. If y'all really are who you say you are, I need you to listen carefully, right? If you go around saying like you're a witch of the woods or a gnome or things like that, people is just gonna think you're crazy. They're gonna fire your ass. So listen
Light us
closely.
on fire?
God, maybe, I don't know.
What kind of world exists?
he almost said no. He was like,
yeah.
no, they're not.
Just
Well,
the steak?
I can't guarantee.
Oh,
No, of course, this is America. Of course, we would never. Well,
yeah, he's a history
Oh,
teacher.
goodness, all right.
well.
We've been known to burn
Listen.
one or two.
So listen carefully. This is who you are. You, the gnome. You're Lily Park. You're a guidance counselor at the school. You help students plan out their future.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
help them out when they're having a hard time with their studies. You, old lady, your coach Devin Martinez. Some of the kids call you Big D. You don't get why they giggle every time somebody says it.
I get why
just
they
be
giggle.
just be oblivious. Just be oblivious. Right?
Yes,
You're a PE
Wait, am I
a
a
physical-
himbo?
you're a physical education teacher. You are a little bit of a himbo, if I'm
Oh,
completely honest with
goodness,
you.
All right.
But you're a physical
education.
education teacher.
Is that
You
like
teach.
combat
It's like
training
athletics.
and-
It's like not combat.
Okay.
Athletics. But you're also the football coach, and the way you talk to them is as if it's combat training.
Oh, okay.
I'll find your
That all
playbook.
sounds
I'll
very
find your
confusing.
playbook. You just
Oh, is that
open it
what I
up and
have?
say whatever's on the page.
Is that what I have in here? Scissor formation.
Sure. Yeah. If you're in a situation where you gotta coach football while you're in this body, you just yell out some of that stuff.
God, I hope it is though.
I just said the first thing that popped into my head.
Formation. God.
You, the grumpy one, you're Miss Frankie Holloway. You ain't grumpy. You're eccentric. All right. You're a chemistry.
Why did I end up in that body?
You're a chemistry and biology teacher. You're brilliant, but kind of weird and out there, and you're real enthusiastic about blowing stuff up.
I think I can work with that.
You're Ollie Nguyen. You're a school librarian and tech support.
What does that mean?
What's a library?
God help you.
You hold up the foundation of the library. You support it.
No. You help people find books in the library.
Oh no.
If people come to you with a device called a computer, or they ask you to help fix a projector, a sound system, or a TV in their classroom,
Computer.
you just tell them, submit a ticket. That's all you say. If they ask you for help with some sort of device that's completely alien to you, you say submit a ticket and you leave it at that. All right?
Aren't you supposed to ask them if they tried
I don't
turning
know
it
any of
off
those
and
words.
back on again?
Just
I
submit a
seem to
ticket.
remember.
Just submit a ticket. The real Ollie hates it when people don't submit a ticket.
Okay, so
He ain't gonna give no advice until they submit a ticket.
Advice.
Okay, now that we're all well acquainted, can we take a quick
Right.
bio break? Because I
Yes, we
have been
can.
on the verge of peeing my pants.
Go for it,
Since we
Mark.
started.
Again,
Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
pee my pants too.
You guys, Kiona's a librarian.
This is so good. Oh my god.
Efima is a himbo.
Poodle's a guidance counselor. This is oh my god.
Well, just like a boho, like quirky girl.
Yeah.
Reckon for how Efima would be in another world.
Amazing. I'll be right back.
All right. This is incredible. I'm just playing with music here, chat. There we go. Looks like it's just me and you, chat. They done goofed. Leaving you alone with me. Yeah, bye, Carly. How's everybody doing tonight, though? Had a pretty decent day today. April Fool's Day. I was more the fooler than the fool, so any April Fool's Day where I come out ahead on the scorecard is a good day for me. Yeah, I'm good, Carly. I'm good. I got actually a wonderful gift. I don't know if you saw it on my Discord, but I got a really sweet gift from my students. They made a me of me on Nintendo Switch, and they made a little cardboard cutout of it for me.
It's so cute.
It is very cute. And then the student who made the me also sent me a picture of the little me creation screen. They named it Nate.
Not Nate Dog.
No, they don't know the Nate Dog. They don't know the Nate Dog. That teacher that christened me Nate Dog originally has unfortunately left, gone on to other things. So they don't.
You'll
know
always
that
be
one.
Nate Dog to me.
But they do sometimes hear other teachers call me Nate. So. They set the birthday right too. I don't know where they got my birthday from.
I told him.
You told them. Oh
Yeah.
God. The last thing I ever want is for my school community and my Twitch community to combine.
Isn't it on your staff page?
My birthday? No.
Hey, Pitster, how you doing?
Hey, Bitster.
Hey, are we all back? Ready to...
I just got back. I'm back.
Okay. Ready to
All right.
figure out what's going on? Okay, so Eli was kind enough to explain to you all who your otherworld counterparts are, and has let you in on the fact that he's been suspicious for some time that something strange was going on in this town. So with this new information, while it's sinking in, you guys notice a car driving on the cross street, kind of a few yards from you, and it keeps like stopping and starting and stopping and starting as it makes its way across the intersection and then drives off.
Seems like an odd way to get around.
How does it work without a horse attached?
Oh, it's magic.
That's what I
on
was
the
thinking.
Inside.
It's not magic.
Oh.
It's not magic.
It's like little spirits that they trap inside
No.
the
No,
trunk,
it's
and
not.
it. Well, that's how it works in the fairy realm.
Horrible.
This ain't the fairy realm. This is the real world. Well,
Well, it's not the real world to us.
Fair enough.
Well,
So what are we gonna do?
Mr.
gang?
Eli, you have these suspicions. Where should we start investigating?
well, my grandpa's pocket watch, which normally tells the time, is kind of pointing us toward the school.
Oh,
Which, if I'm
Oh, so-
completely honest with you, is the one place in this town I don't want to be.
Don't you work there?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a Friday night. All I want to do is get away from there for the weekend, play some D&D, have some cold brews, and basically everything he said in that sentence makes no sense to any of you.
I don't know what he said, but he
I
looked
don't
great
understand anything
saying
he's
it.
saying. Honestly, since he started talking, none of the words that come out of his mouth make any sense to
None
me.
of this
so-
place makes any sense.
I feel like he's
Gosh.
cast a spell on me.
Well, we got to figure out how to get back home. We have things to get done.
A ranger and apparently a guidance person. So, I mean, should I just lead the way then?
Do you know where the school is?
No, but I mean, I'll figure it out.
All right,
How hard could it be?
Follow you.
I mean, I think he knows, so he should probably just take us there.
Is he really trustworthy though? He kind of sounds like he doesn't really accept.
I
the
mean,
world
who
for
else
how
do
it
we have to
is.
trust for now? We came into this world under the guise of the fact that we're supposed to be this guy's friends. So, I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
He's the one who brought us in here.
Well, but he said he wasn't.
I also said that cars don't work on magic in the fairy world, and they do. I think I know more about it than him. I've been there.
Well, I mean, Ephema, yeah, absolutely. The thing is, though, Ephema, I mean, he's pretty, but like, he doesn't seem that smart. So I don't know if he could really pull something like that off, you know?
Poodle, do you like this? Is that I'm hearing that maybe you like this?
Oh, he's very handsome.
There must be some handsome people that you know back in our world who have brains.
They're Slade, but he's clean shaven, you know? He doesn't have a beard like that.
Oh, it's the beard.
Yeah, I mean, it's the beard. I'll admit it.
I'm sure
Beards
he'd
are
grow a beard
nice.
for you.
Maybe.
Sometimes it does take a little convincing.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, we should at least go see what's up at the
You
school.
know who has a
right?
beard you might like? Bruno Blue Jacket.
Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. Foodle shivers. Absolutely not, Mostra.
I kind of try not to pay too much attention to the yammering going on behind me.
The yapping, as it were.
Some might call it windbagging.
We're role playing. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that wagon. Anyway.
I mean, I somehow convinced us to play a game we weren't supposed to play, so I think it's going really well.
Honestly.
Honestly,
Right.
I expected nothing less.
We make our way to the school. When that car was like stop starting down the road, was it a teenager that was driving it? Or is that just a weird occurrence in the town?
It was just a weird thing. Like,
Okay.
normally people don't drive like that, but everything's weird tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
As you guys take off walking towards the school, you notice all the like string lights that are strung up above you kind of start like flashing in weird pattern. And it's like as you're getting to like the next string, it's almost like it's infected with your presence.
Ooh, that's pretty. We should get those.
Are they supposed to blink like that?
Nah.
Sometimes they do.
Wait, really?
Nah, that ain't normal.
Oh.
Kiona's trying real hard to detect magic.
Roll a d20.
So is Ephema. Should I roll for it too? Because
Yes, both of you.
Ephema can usually do it without trying because she has her weird goat eyes.
14. That's pretty good.
I also
Goat
rolled a
eyes are
14.
very weird.
Wow, we both rolled 14.
Oh my
So
goodness.
you guys are like,
We're
well,
like
that's
mind melding.
interesting. Anyway. As far as you know, you have no idea how they're doing that.
Huh.
So, Eli, is that your name?
Yeah.
Is magic normal here? Does it just not work at all?
Nah, the magic ain't real here. It's like something out of
dreadfully boring.
a kid's fairy tale. It kind of is. there are some people believe in supernatural occurrences, forces beyond our normal understanding. Most people who believe in that stuff are usually dismissed as kind of loopy or crazy or something like that. But
So you don't believe in anything supernatural?
I kind of believe that the powers that be in our local area are hiding something from everybody else.
And when you say powers that be, do you mean like the government or like supernatural?
Yeah, the
powers?
government. Yeah, the
I
government.
see. So you can't like make
The
blood
elites.
pacts in this world and gain access to
Nah.
dreadfully boring. Okay.
You can make all the blood packs you want, but it won't do nothing.
You seemed shockingly into the idea when I said we should sign a blood contract. Just saying.
I was humoring you. I just wanted to get the game started.
Never humor
Where I
her.
come from.
I get tired of all the faffing at the table. I just want to. An American who talks like this would never say faffing. I'm tired of all the screwing around at the table, and I just, sometimes I just want to get the game started. You know what I mean?
As you guys are walking and chatting,
Blood
Foodle
packs you should take
sees,
seriously, though.
Very.
Foodle sees something shiny on the ground, and
Ooh.
I assume you're gonna bend over to pick it up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No
Okay.
foodle, yeah.
So he picks it up, and it's a what Ghost would know is a penny, or what Eli would know is a penny, but it just looks like a shiny coin to Foodle. He picks it up and like turns around and takes a step towards everybody else and goes, like, "Hey guys, look what I found!" And right as he like takes a step towards everybody, a like window unit, air conditioning unit, like falls from the building he's standing next to and lands exactly where the penny had been.
Whew.
That seems very
God dang.
dangerous.
Wait, what was your name again?
Lily. It's such a pretty name, isn't it?
Oh, right, Lily. It is a pretty name.
You almost got your head crushed by that thing.
Wow,
Oh,
you
oh.
be careful. There's weird stuff
What?
happening today.
Yeah, why do you keep things that can kill people in your windows?
Well, normally they don't fall out.
What a
That's
coincidence.
an air conditioner. It keeps people cool when it's warm out.
Does Majra see anyone who could have pushed it onto Foodle?
It seems like it just fell of its own volition.
Mighty
There's something
suspicious.
There's something weird going on. The
Now-
lights, the people's cars not working, spilling coffee in my lap. Like there's something weird happening.
First
We
of
got to
all,
get to the school.
I just want to reiterate what Kiona said because it was a very important point and I feel like it got glossed over. This blood pact would be extremely valuable where I come from. Your name signed in blood, so just watch yourself. Also, do you have times of like the year where the veil is thin and things like bleed through and weird things start to happen and like there's more spiritual activity?
I don't know about that. Some people think so. Is there
Is
anything
today-
about that in the town records, Bardell? The strange town records that I frequently study.
You're kind of down the rabbit hole, so you're making connections that may or may not actually be there. You think everything's a little hooky spooky.
Okay.
So you're one of those
there are some
on
there's
Halloween
sometimes-
night the ghost can come to the
Yeah.
real world and
right, yeah. So yeah, Halloween is
today
one of those
that-
times.
Is
No.
today that day? Oh.
No.
So today isn't
Uh,
one of the normal days for being weird things happening.
No. Well, today kind of like today's April Fool's Day. It's when people tend to play all sorts of tricks on each other.
Who's April?
Well, why would you do that?
Well, it's a tradition. It started in France in olden days.
history facts I
France?
was hoping for.
Where?
Who's April?
France?
It's like so
France?
another, so the month is called April,
Oh.
and in France, which is a country that is historically important, they used to celebrate the new year on the end of March, the previous month, and the first of April. This is all true. And then when they updated the calendar, they moved it to another month. And so the people who didn't realize were derided as April Fools.
Oh, so
And
it's not
it's
like
a
the
month
spirits
when
of
it's a
the
day.
original month got angry and like.
It's
started-
not any sort of spiritual holiday of any sort, or it's not meant to be. But some of the records that the politicians and the bigwigs in this town are keeping from people seem to indicate sometimes that there's some kind of heightened spiritual paranormal activity, if you will, around this time of year.
I've never been to France. Could you do an impression of a France person?
No,
Shit. I tried, guys. I tried.
I ain't doing that.
Very festive of you.
So you guys are about a couple
Oh,
blocks away
we
from
were
the
so close. sorry, Bard.
It's okay. You guys are désolé.
Désolé.
That's
You guys are a couple blocks from the high school now, and the more magically inclined amongst us kind of notice a shift in the air, like maybe just a slight change in the atmosphere that the other people don't quite notice. It doesn't feel necessarily like strong magic or anything, but something's definitely shifting the closer that you get to the school.
Well, I definitely feel like we're getting somewhere.
Kiona, does this feel anything like when you do that, like, wild magic sort of thing? Like when it just kind of bubbles up through you and you can't really control it?
I don't think it feels like that quite, but
Before
It definitely
Kiana can
feels
finish
like-
her sentence, she turns into a turtle, like a literal actual turtle.
Does the turtle talk?
No, it's just a turtle.
Does the turtle have red hair?
Nope, just a regular turtle. And then after a couple of seconds, she turns into a camel, and then a pig, and then back to her quote-unquote normal otherworldly self.
but like I was saying, just
God dang!
What?
What?
That
What?
seemed strange even for you, I must say.
wait, what?
Did you not
What the
notice
hell
that you
just
became
happened?
a turtle just then, and then a camel?
You were a
and then
camel. Oh wait, I don't know what a camel is. You were a something with humps.
It's a camel.
Oh
So wait, I'm turning into animals now?
yeah.
That's
You didn't
never
even have red
happened
hair this
before.
time.
Well, I mean, my hair's not red now either, so it's not like I transformed into this person. And how are y'all these people too? So it's something else, right? But
You were.
What do you mean I'm turning into animals now?
Well, she was a giant eagle once or twice.
I mean, that's
but-
polymorph. I just shift shapes. It's a thing that happens with my magic. I just change forms sometimes.
Who are you
I
people?
think that we've
She's
been
been a lot of things.
astrally projected into the bodies of real people. So I don't know if we like displaced them and they've gone. They could be in our world. They could be fighting a demon right now, which is really terrifying.
Are
as
any of
fuck.
your friends good at fighting demons?
Above table, do I know any firebrand mega church televangelists in this town.
Like, not personally, like not on friendly terms. You're kind of more like X-Files kooky and so much like.
Do I know that guy who's like, COVID-19, I destroy you with the breath of God?
Oh, no.
You know of him, but you're not like on the same basis.
You don't have him on speed dial.
Listen, Eli, if your friend gets my body killed, I am going to be very angry.
Yes, I think
they have a very high likelihood of dying.
Yeah, I think we're not really here. We're just kind of borrowing these bodies. So I think we have to do this like somewhat swiftly because it would be better if we fight the demon. Frankly.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
What
fancy
demon?
their chances.
There's a demon coming after us where we came from. We went through a portal, and there was a demon behind us.
Do you know
like one of Satan's minions?
Well, I don't think
Who?
he belongs to Satan, but fire and brimstone and wings and
Right.
A beast of the infernal type.
Yeah.
Right.
What she said.
That's pretty damn scary.
I think it was in the process of eating a skeleton at the same time too. So.
Oh yeah, Ryan
Eating
was hanging out of its mouth. We
You didn't see that.
None of us
Yeah, you
actually
didn't see
saw that.
Right.
I forgot we didn't see that.
Anyway, we better if things are starting to get weirder, we better double time it to the school.
I will try to run. Apparently, I'm very athletic.
And you
I'm not
immediately
sure how
faceplant.
athletic.
Oh,
Immediately. Yeah.
Oh,
is this?
I'm not inclined to run.
And all of a sudden, Kiona finds that Ollie, her body, can't speak above a whisper.
I just don't think we. I guess I'm just gonna talk like this now.
Did you have a
I
surge?
guess running is a bad idea. I don't know. It feels kind of like I did, but it's
Eli, do you
Yeah,
have one of
what's going on?
these car things?
Not here.
Well, that's not very useful. You can't like summon it to come to you.
No. That ain't how it works. Well,
Oh, what's the?
there
point
is a
then?
kind of car that'll do that. It's called the Tesla, but usually they get themselves in some sort of collision or accident when they're trying to do that.
They sound absolutely pretentious.
Yeah, it sounds pretty
Kinda
terrible to
hard.
me.
In the middle of her next sentence, Ollie can speak normally again all of a sudden.
That sounds pretty terrible to me. Oh,
Oh wow.
Oh,
And about the same
Transition.
time, everybody else that's standing near goes invisible.
what? Oh no.
Wait, where'd you
What the
just
hell?
Don't
go?
feel like the
We're
surges.
still
Where'd everybody
We got
go?
there? I can hear you.
Wait, am I?
What?
I think-
Oh no.
I think we've
Maybe
gone
I surged and
invisible.
made y'all invisible again.
Everybody reach out and gently take the hand of the person standing next to you.
all right. Right here, Ollie. Right here.
He's
Okay.
trying to find them all.
It's only
Eli
gonna
feels
last
a
a
very
minute, it's fine.
a very gentle squeeze on his bum, and then nothing else happens.
Lily?
as soon as
Oh no, I'm over here.
as soon as Foodle touches his butt, everybody comes back into view, and he's
Oh
standing there
shit!
with his head.
Francesca. Sorry, I was just getting her hand out of the.
Excuse
Anyway.
me?
You just blame Mazra.
Clearly,
well, we
somebody
better- we
needs
better-
to have a
we better
conversation
motor.
with this boy about consent.
Yeah, no, it's true. There's something going on here, guys.
So as you
Yeah,
guys
things
continue to
get
the
more
school,
severe.
you notice, especially centered around Kiona or Ollie, weird things keep happening. Like he starts glowing, or they start glowing for like a couple of minutes and then stop. The air kind of seems to crackle around them a little bit and then stop. The closer you guys get to the school, the more the different effects seem to, like, the longer they last, the more potent, quote unquote, they seem to be.
It does seem like it's getting awfully familiar feeling.
Yeah, we gotta hurry through this. My goodness. We gotta get out of here.
Ghost, do you want to put the school up?
Yes. There we go.
Ooh.
Is this literally the school from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No,
Well,
it is not.
no, it's just some random high school in some random place.
I swear it looks so much like one of the shots that they
It's-
use in the show.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
It's very similar.
So you arrive at the high school, and strangely, you do see kind of in one wing, kind of a glow through the window. Like, the lights shouldn't be on in any of the classrooms because it's nighttime and nobody should be there anymore. But you do see on the like right wing of the school, several windows are kind of aglow.
That's weird.
Why?
Well, usually the nighttime custodians are in the school going room to room, but they don't leave the lights on like this. It's only a couple of them, so there should only be a couple rooms with lights on right now.
Well, I guess we should go see why there are more lights on than there should be.
Yeah, that seems suspicious.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna walk up to the front of the school, and I'm gonna pull out a ring of keys from my pocket, but I'm not gonna use any of the keys. I'm gonna use a little piece of plastic that I tap up against another plastic box, and the red light will turn green, and there will be a mechanical whirring sound, and the door will unlock.
Well, then what you got all those keys for?
Oh, those are for classrooms. This is for the door. It's a security lock.
I thought you said magic wasn't real in this world.
Right?
It ain't It ain't magic. Look, it'll
that
take
was a
too long to
room.
explain, but it ain't magic. It's like
What?
science. You know what science is? You have science in
No.
your world.
Maybe.
We have like alchemy and
Like potion making.
Is
Tinkering. There's tinkering.
is kind of like tinkering plus alchemy. Yeah,
Oh.
it's something like that.
I mean, that sounds like fun.
Maybe we should invest some time into that when we get back. Kiona will say to Mazra.
Oh, I'm taking notes for all of this.
Right.
She's scribbling down in her notebook. Science.
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 Magical rocks.
They have this peculiar type of magic called sands.
Mazra's gonna invent the car now.
Nice.
100%. She's going to invent the combustion engine. 100%.
Yeah, I believe it.
Okay, so you guys go in the school, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Once we're done oohing and awing over Eli unlocking the door.
Hey, doors have been historically difficult for us, so
So the idea of just tapping a little piece of plastic to a box and the door opens.
I'll just hold on.
Yeah, inside the school, does it look like your average sort of public high school. There's maybe a mural. There's some sort of ferocious animal that's being advertised everywhere.
Oh, yes and no. So, like, the entrance looks fairly normal, but instead of a ferocious animal, you see flags of this kind of almost bug-looking creature. And Eli, you know that your school mascot is, of course, the tardigrade.
Amazing. Honestly, there's
What
no better
is that?
mascot. Like,
Oh, it's
looks
the
like a
tardigrade.
It's not
Yeah,
very
the water
like-
bears, colloquially.
It's like a bug. It's like so small you can't see it. And
Why is that your mascot?
So how did you
because nothing
see
can-
it?
nothing can kill them. They're unbeatable.
ooh.
Oh, they're immortal.
Yeah,
They're
like
like
if
owl
bears, but
this whole planet
It
blew
looks
up and was just a
horrific.
bunch of rocks floating in space, they would still live, probably.
Also,
You
fun
don't
fact,
know
What is
IRL, recently, like one of the only things that scientists have found that doesn't have microplastics in it is tardigrades.
Wow.
That's fucking
Wow.
Thank
wild.
Man, they're crazy. They're like Superman. Oh my god.
They're the seeds of evolution.
Yeah, they're studying them to find out what the heck. But anyway, continue.
They're so weird.
Are we gonna go exploring?
Do we
Do we
feel?
wanna-
Yeah, where-
do
where-
we feel like we're getting closer to the source of what's?
Is there like a more buzzy hallway this way or that way?
Well, you guys know where the lights were, so you guys want to
Oh, right.
head towards the right wing.
Yeah. So what
What's the
area?
lights?
What area were the lights in? Like what area of the school?
They seem so.
According
The
to
school
my-
is actually like a few stories high, and they seem to
Okay.
be mostly centered on like towards the end of the hallway on the second floor.
What classrooms are there?
It doesn't
Or
super matter,
facilities.
but it's just like just like an English class, a chemistry class, things
right.
like that.
Okay. Is my little compass watch pointing me in that direction?
It sure is.
Okay. Hmm. All right. Well, we gotta head upstairs to the second floor.
Right.
And the staircase is kind of like midway down the hall, and it kind of goes up and around. But as you get to the staircase, you can kind of see a glow, like already, like very faintly, like in the staircase area.
What color?
So you notice it's kind of like it almost seems to be shifting colors. From a distance, it seemed like when you were standing outside, it seemed kind of like a warm orange, but like as you're getting closer, you see kind of like shifting from like orange to green to kind of purple and back just between the colors.
Yeah, that ain't normal.
Right. Well, I guess we should see what's going on.
And I'll explain as we go what a school is. You see in our society, we have something called public education. Is where the government funds and provides education for all young people. This is what's called a high school, where older children come to get a more focused and vocational education before they head off to university or start their careers. I would say college and start their careers.
When you reach the top of the stairs, you see like down the hallway, just a little ways, one of the doors to one of the classrooms is like especially glowy. Like you can almost see the light beams like surrounding the edges of the door.
I think
Seems
this
like
might be the room.
that one's the one.
Now, we should be at least a little bit careful before we touch anything because we don't know what will happen when we could just get shunted into another world and we might not be together if we don't
Right.
at the same time.
Right. Good thought, Ifima.
Yeah, please don't get my colleagues' bodies shunted into other worlds.
Oh yeah, that could be bad.
Knowing the administration, they'll just saddle me with more classes. And I look at Frankie and shake my head and say, I ain't teaching chemistry. I'll tell you that right now.
What's chemistry?
Oh, that's what you teach.
It's what Foodle has with Eli.
It's like alchemy.
Oh.
I think you'd be good at that, Masra.
Maybe.
Stern but fair.
Fiona's gonna wander toward the door that's glowing.
Too bad you don't have your touching gloves.
With Kiona so that she doesn't touch anything without other people.
Touching gloves.
Lily pulls out her axe. Her battle
Does anybody
axe.
else want to like arm themselves, or prepare in any other
Yeah,
way
like-
before we
I don't
approach
think
the
it
door?
will occur to Ifima to arm herself because she usually just uses spells.
True, yeah.
True.
Majra will take the short sword out.
Okay.
Would I have one of these weapons? Like, why,
You
why do
have
I have?
pepper spray,
Like, I just okay. like-
and a taser.
I mean,
pepper
wouldn't you have
spray
a
and a
katana?
Oh my god.
You have a collection. You have a
I have a
collection
katana.
of
Oh no.
like real to life historical swords at your home, but you haven't been home
It's like a
since
Klingon
you
blade.
left the.
Whoa.
Batleth or
The
whatever it's
Batleth?
called. Yeah.
There you go.
You've got
Batleth.
Glamdring and all that. Like
We
All right,
swing
I'll
by his
pull-
classroom where he keeps his bat
Yeah,
left.
we'll swing by my class. Oh, I have.
Oh.
Don't I have?
Yeah.
Don't I have a whole bunch of stuff in my classroom that I keep?
Yeah, of course.
We've got
A collection of
contrabands too
historical
somewhere in the
Yeah,
school.
you
we
have
could
a
get.
collection of
In my
like.
classroom,
Not all of them are, necessarily real
weapons.
because
Yeah,
you don't want
Right.
to put a bunch of
yeah.
real weapons, but you do have one that's
Actually,
kind
you
of
don't.
like it is like a katana because you're really into katana that you keep kind of in a case above your desk where the kids
Yeah.
can't get to it.
Just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
Just- I was gonna make a
It's-
joke, and I'm gonna block that joke.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you better
I'm gonna.
not.
Not in this school. This is America.
Yeah,
Oh.
not in all
In some
American schools,
unspecified
Carly.
location.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my katana out of the case above my desk.
Nice. All right. Are we gonna open the door?
Yeah.
All at once, 1, 2, 3, kick.
We're not using the handle. We're just gonna kick. Okay.
Nope, 1, 2,
No.
3, kick.
All right,
No.
everybody,
Same time.
everybody,
Okay.
roll a d20.
I'm
Alright.
gonna not kick. I'm gonna let them kick.
Okay, everybody except for Ghost
You
roll a d20.
Fucking
I got a 15.
traitor.
He's got to look cool with his katana.
Oh, I got an 8. It was almost a 17, and then it rolled to an 8.
I got a 5.
Oh, here, I'll
guys.
just write it down in chat. That way you got it.
18.
Or sorry, roll 20.
So you guys try to kick the door and all kind of fall in a pile, and Mazra lands on top.
I'm gonna try using the handle.
How come
Eli-
you didn't fall in
Eli-
the pile, Eli?
Eli walks
Yeah,
up
Eli.
and turns the
Well,
handle
Traitor.
and opens the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This is how we open doors in this world.
Touching that door could have transported you to another world. I hope you understand.
Well, it did.
I guess I can't make fun of Goldrill anymore.
Inside, where normally Eli would be a regular classroom with like a desk for the teacher and a student desk, you notice a lot of those trappings are missing, and in the middle you see a winding staircase that's lit up like with ethereal, like glowing lights, and floating around the staircase are different sizes and shapes of the dice that you're so used to playing with in your D&D campaigns, and all of them are kind of glowing and swirly and really captivating to look at. And as you look, you see the staircase winds higher than the ceiling would be, but you kind of lose track of it. It goes so high.
I point my katana at it, and I turn and look at the others and say, "That ain't how it normally looks."
Imagine. What are these? Well, never mind. We played the game earlier. I kind of understand
I-
it goes.
Yeah.
I don't think this is normal, even by our standards. Like, this is weird.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's very strange. Do we go up?
Kiona is
Uh,
feeling more so than usual that she is drawn to whatever is at the top of the staircase.
Oh yeah,
No.
she's like halfway. She's like stepping onto the stairs as she
Yeah,
says, "Do
her
we go up?"
touching hands are itching.
Can I use my buff himbo arms to hold her back?
If you want to roll a d20 for me.
Oh God, I've rolled like horseshit all night.
I've been rolling terribly tonight too. It's bad.
Roll this one. I rolled a 9. don't know
Yeah,
how
so
to
you
use-
successfully grab her and restrain her from going any farther up the stairs. So she made it to the first step,
Fiona.
and that's it.
Now we
Well,
talked
but
about this, Fiona dear. You're not supposed to go ahead without us.
All right. Well, the answer's clearly up there, so why don't we get going?
Well, I have
Can
a
I-
battle
Let's all-
axe. I could go
Let's all
first.
go
Can
together.
I pick
And I
Fiona
hold
up
my
and
katana.
carry her up the stairs?
You might
hold
want to
on.
ask Kiona first.
Kiona, I'm
Um,
going to carry you with these buff man arms.
But why?
Because you might turn into a turtle or something.
Did you just
happened
say, but
before.
why?
I didn't say, but
Oh,
why?
wow.
I'm bigger than I usually am.
So am I, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
If you really think it's necessary, I suppose.
I think it's necessary.
I think he's going to go get a katana.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh God.
Oh my god, I was right.
goodness.
Holy shit. I read this man like a fucking book. I did.
I walk
just
up
to be
the
clear,
stairs like
chat,
this.
I did not know that Ghost had a katana. Okay,
Nice.
I had no
You
idea.
nerd.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Okay, so we're going up the stairs. What order are we walking up the stairs in?
I mean, Kiona was gonna be first, but they all pulled her back.
So, I guess Afima is at the front with Kiona in his arms.
Carrying.
I like
Uh,
that we both ended up as the dudes.
Big
so
D.
the giant
Big D.
himbo is carrying.
Is that right?
The...
I have no idea.
the
librarian dude.
middle-sized librarian guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The two women and the older like history teacher just trailing up behind. Amazing.
But if Kiona touches something that get teleported, then Ephema will go with her. That's her logic.
Mm-hmm.
She can't stop the touching. She's just trying to go with.
You guys make it to the top of the stairs. It seems like rather quickly compared to how tall the staircase seemed just looking at it. Ghost, we can switch to that last picture now.
Okay. There we go.
What?
Wow.
And you guys find yourself in a opulent, like, mansion. And everywhere, like, the decor sparkles, and you notice that there are, like, dice and four-leaf clovers and horseshoes and all of these kinds of, like, symbols of chance or luck, just scattered throughout the decor. And in the middle of this, like, grand double staircase, you see a very, like, plush, velvety chair that almost looks like a throne. And in the middle of the chair sits a kind of, like, darkly dressed character who has, like, kind of slicked back dark hair, kind of in a leather getup. And as you get into this mansion, you kind of file into this foyer of sorts. He makes eye contact with you, and his eyes are dark, and he kind of lets out a laugh and is like, "Ha ha ha, I was wondering when you'd get here."
Do I recognize this person?
Nope.
Is it the principal?
Do any of us recognize this person?
No, none of you recognize this person. But he seems to know who you are.
Who are you? What are you doing in my school?
Yeah.
Well, you see, you could say, had a run of bad luck, and I decided that it was up to me to put things right. I didn't expect these exact side effects, but I'm so happy to meet you all. Mazra, Foodle, Kiona, Ephema. And who are you?
It was like Katana. I'm Eli, a history teacher.
How do you know who we are?
Who are you?
I get around.
That sounds ominous.
Well, what do you want from?
That sounds
Why are we
kinda
here?
dirty.
Well, didn't go quite exactly how I'd planned, and I felt your presence in this world. I knew it was only a matter of time before you came to try to stop me. You see, I have RNGesus locked in the cupboard in the kitchen, and I feel like
Jesus.
RNGesus.
This is the fucking best I've ever.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds very important.
You brought us here?
I take a threatening stance at this. You release him right now.
Wait, who's
Everybody else is just totally clueless.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know this RNGesus person?
Calm down, Edward. I have a plan. I'm gonna take over as the god of chance and dice rolls.
That sounds like something that the universe doesn't really just let you do.
I don't think that works that way.
Well,
There's only
nobody's
one God.
stopped me so far.
And it's Jesus.
Just to be clear, we've never met you
Aren't
before,
Jesus?
right?
Yeah, are they
Of
related?
course not.
Yeah,
Is
so
it the thing?
RNG is an acronym which stands for Random Number Generator. Jesus Christ was a historical figure who informs the spiritual and religious beliefs of approximately 1/4. I don't know the actual statistic. What insert proportion here of this world's population. When you put RNG and RNGesus together, it's like you're praying to get a good roll on the dice.
So we don't know you, but you know us, and you're
Yeah,
trying
Carly.
to rend the universe so that you can become a god. I'm assuming you're not already like a god or a half god or a fey creature or something like that.
I'm so sorry. How rude of me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bartholomew, the god of chaos of this world. And many
Oh.
like it.
So you are a god.
Of sorts, yes. Although many of the other gods look down on me, they don't particularly have a fondness for me and don't typically invite me to the family reunions, we could say. But that's going to change soon.
So you were a god prior to trying to become a different god.
Why, yes, I don't understand what's hard to understand about that.
But why
Listen,
would
it's
you
been
want us?
A rough day.
What did you say, Megan?
It's been a rough day.
It really has been a rough day for us. So why don't you cut to it and just tell us why you need us here?
I don't need you here. I just knew you would come as soon as you noticed something was off. I can't believe I have to say this, but you call yourselves the Discretionaries and you've been anything but.
Listen,
I turn around to look at them and like, you call yourselves the Discretionaries?
I mean,
don't.
it's not like we get blasted into other bodies every day.
Yeah, we
Is that
can be
like-
discreet.
Is that like ironic or something?
No, I mean sometimes maybe,
No,
but I
it's-
mean most of the time.
It's apt.
Yeah, it's very apt.
It's
Thank you.
apt.
Listen, I'm not one of the regulars, so I can't comment on the name, but did you happen to notice that these aren't our regular bodies? Can you, like, zap us back to, like, can I be Ephema inside Ephema again instead of Ephema inside Big D?
Right, why are we here?
Of course, I would be more than happy to zap you back to your world, as you say. I am still kind of trying to figure out how this whole luck thing works, but I'd be happy to zap you back to your world as long as you let me continue to be in control here.
There's
Can
no way
you
that can happen. Everything in this world is all messed up because of you. You don't got this luck thing because that ain't your job. That ain't what you're good at. That ain't what you're meant to be doing.
Learn. It's called on-the-job training.
Now, wait, hold on, just 1 second. What kind of ritual did you use to take over this RNGesus's powers? Because maybe you just didn't quite finish it properly. Like, what was the setup? What tools did you use? Like, what was the process? Did you have the right kind of goat's blood? Did you age everything underneath the waning moon for the right number of months? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yes, so, the ritual. There definitely was a ritual. It was
Yes.
very, very ritually. I definitely didn't hit him over the head with a table leg when he turned away and then stuff him in the closet. I don't think the ritual is the problem. You see, and he kind of pulls up this like pedestal that has like a what kind of looks like a keyboard, but like it is a circle. And it's like kind of all of the different buttons are like lighting up, but also when he moves his hand over them, they kind of change like shape and size and like morph around on this pedestal. And he's like, I just haven't quite gotten a handle on the controls yet. I think I'm starting to get it though. I think this one should send you back. And he pushes it, and just a billion feathers just like poof out of the ceiling and fall on you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Well,
go
I can
out
say
on a
that
limb.
that did not work.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that maybe the ritual was the problem. I'm pretty sure if you want to like take over another god's power, you have to like consume part of their body or like suck their soul out.
That sounds about
Look,
right.
Bartholomew, no
Ain't
matter how
Nobody
fabulous you
should be
are,
sucking no souls here.
No matter how fabulous you are, Bartholomew, and I mean, wow, that was pretty cool. I mean, you're pretty fabulous. I don't think that any one person can be trusted to rule the whole. What did you say this was, Eli? A world or a what is
a
this?
World. It is.
A whole the school?
It's a school.
Well, the school, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any one person should be trusted to rule over an entire school. I mean,
Yes.
This
That
guy
sounds like
gets it. I
a lot
can't
of
just leave it to
responsibility.
RNGesus to do. He's been screwing me over since the day I was godded. Whatever. I don't know. I've been here forever. I think methinks the problem is our little trespassers here throwing everything out of whack. So logic would follow. If I get rid of the trespassers, I get rid of the problem.
Now, we didn't come here of our own accord. We were brought here very against our will. I just want to put that out there. Also, Bartholomew, you said that you're the god of chaos. Isn't that right?
Chaos, trickery, yes.
This is like your big day. This is like the day of you.
Yes, and you're ruining it.
Well, we're not doing it on purpose. We're kind of in the middle of something when this all started. So if I'm having a bit of a breakdown, that's the reason why.
well,
Listen. Go ahead, Fudo.
we did walk through a portal. I mean, I don't know if that's.
You
well,
walked
we
through a
assumed-
portal.
We assumed that this was a liminal space and that it was going to be
See, this
like between
Exactly what I'm
worlds.
talking about. Who just walks into a random portal and doesn't know where it's gonna
Right?
take them?
That is a good point.
now Monsters on board.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just gotta trust that the portal is gonna take you where you need to go.
Well,
Yeah.
he assumed it was taking us to the lair of a very powerful and dangerous woman that has a bunch of undead in her lair. So it
Right.
was a safe assumption.
We were thinking we were gonna take her out.
Wait, are you a powerful sorcerer? No, you're a god. All right.
And you didn't find your demon queen, you found little old me. Well, it's been nice, it's been truly lovely. Thank you for coming to my birthday party, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to dispose of you now. You understand.
Please,
It's just
please don't touch any
Wait
more
a minute.
buttons.
Are you going to send them back or are you going to kill them?
Send us back.
Yeah, I thought
Wait, what?
they're going to send us back, right?
She said yes to both.
Wait, what?
Yes, that's what I
That wasn't a
heard
yes
as
or no
well.
question.
they're like, well, yes, and then they pull out like they like fan their fingers out and they have like ninja stars between all of their fingers and like toss them at you. And I want everybody to roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Oh
All right.
shit!
Goodness.
Oh shit! She's cooler than
Oh,
Eli.
no.
She's got ninja stars. 4. Oh god! I got a
17!
3.
I got a nat 20.
19 for
Oh,
me.
wow.
Since I'm still
Yeah.
holding Kiona, can I like spin around and protect her with my massive himbo back?
So we've got Ghost had a 4.
I'm blocking the ninja stars.
I rolled a 17.
But I only rolled a 4, so they're all like just digging into my shoulders.
No, I'll tell you what happens. Don't get ahead of
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
Mazra, what did you roll?
19 for me.
19? Foodle?
20.
At 20?
Yep.
And Kiona rolled a 3 and Megan rolled a 17. Okay, so Eli and Ollie somehow managed to kind of matrix their way around all of the ninja throwing stars in the bumbliest, fumbliest way
You wanna roll low, not
possible.
Ollie
Mazra,
will roll out of Ephima's arms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mazra and Ephema, not Mazra and Ephema, Mazra and Ephema, who are in different bodies. Big D and Frankie?
Big
Yeah.
D and Frankie.
You get caught kind of like in the arm and then in the shoulder, and Foodle. Lily, one lands directly in the center of her chest.
Hell, Eli, I love him.
No, Lily.
Wait, I have
What?
medicine.
And I suppose
Pour
the
Tylenol
little
into her
guy
mouth.
what's inside her too.
I have the medicine skill.
Ephema reaches into Big D's bag, pulls out a handful of sticks of chalk, and throws them at Bartholomew.
So as Lily gets hit with the ninja star, she
Dry erase
gets knocked
markers.
back onto the floor, and it looks for a moment like she's not gonna get back up, and then she kind of like groans and sits up, and you realize her shoulder bag is going, like the strap of her shoulder bag is going directly across where the ninja star hit. So it's knocked the wind out of her, and it's kind of cut her up a little bit, but it's not lethal.
I met Noam Chomsky, and your authoritarian regime ends today.
The hell?
Does throwing the chalk at Bartholomew do anything?
Investigation on trying to see.
So let me have you guys roll initiative, and then we'll
Oh.
continue.
God, okay.
All right.
I'll let Big D have thrown the chalk still, but then we'll.
Okay.
I'm
I
one
just
above you
wondered if it
again,
did
Flutter.
anything.
Are we doing a d20?
Guys,
Yeah.
it's not good. Oh, do I add my initiative? Oh, wait. Do I have an initiative bonus? I don't know. Do I add anything?
Now that we know that rolling low is good, I'm rolling high.
Oh, yeah. It's bad, guys. I've been rolling high all evening, and I know what happens when you roll high. Oh, God.
Okay. I need a list so I can keep track. Eli, what'd you get?
There
6?
should be a way to
6.
turn on the turn. Oh, you're not actually in the.
Yeah, it'll be. Yeah.
Oh no, I've been posting it in here. I should post it in the chat. Sorry.
That's
No,
true.
I thought you were in here.
No,
That's my bad.
okay.
Sorry. There you go.
Kiona, what was yours? 5?
5.
7? 5? Okay.
5.
Mazra?
I got a 19.
And Ephema?
Not the
16.
perfect
Oh,
music for
16. I
this.
see it. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna put you guys in order. Sorry, somebody entertain chat.
How's the music chat? Is the levels okay?
One of my favorite video game songs of all time.
What's this one?
It's so good.
Okay, Megan, you throw the chalk, and I want you to roll another d20 for me.
Okay. I rolled a natural 1.
Hey!
So the chalk hits him, or hits them dead on, and one of the pieces literally pierces him through the
Oh
eye.
my god.
Oh, hey,
Holy
they are
shit.
good for something.
Most of them just bounce off, but that one in the eye really doing some damage.
I was hoping they'd be magical, but it did something. Sorry, but you hit us first.
They like hunch over and grab their eye and let out like a "Ah!" Clearly they weren't expecting chalk to the eye. And while they're in that state, we're gonna have Mazra tell us what she's gonna do.
Alright. I mean, she has a sword. She'd probably just try and stab, because that's her natural inclination.
Okay. Do you have find you? With your short sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Okay. I rolled a 2.
Okay. Well, so you're just kind of hacking at him, or you said you're stabbing, like
Yeah,
stabbing
I mean,
motion?
she's natural, like, she doesn't have her dagger, but it's close enough.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Four.
4. Okay. So you get him like you kind of slice and like instead of stabbing like directly into the middle of him, you kind of like veer off to the side and kind of slice through his like where his rib cage is, leaving a pretty good gash.
All right.
And then Collie, Foodle, what's Foodle gonna do?
All right. Foodle is gonna pull out. Lily
still-
pulls out her battle
You're
axe.
still
Oh, sorry.
on the ground, kind of.
On the ground.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, she's gonna try to pull herself up and try to hurl her battle axe at Bartholomew.
So she's gonna throw it. Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
All right. Rolling high all night. Let's see. Hey, it's an 18.
It's gonna sail right past their head and stick in the wall behind them.
Once I'm back, I'll get you.
And then Ephema, I know you kind of just went, but it's your turn for real this time.
Ephema reaches into Big D's bag and pulls out his list of football plays and is going to attempt to use them to cast a spell. And I quote, reads she from the book, Flea Flicker, Razzle Dazzle, Tampa Z Bagel Egg, Montana Orange Discount, Phone Home, Roll
That only works. That only works when you're playing football. That only works for football.
No, roll a d20.
Amazing.
I looked up actual football plays for this, you guys.
That's incredible.
I rolled another nat 1! I'm
No.
not even kidding!
Are you shitting me?
Take a picture if you
That's
want!
amazing. Oh my god.
So I want you to roll 2d8.
Oh my god.
I'm like literally crying. I don't know what just happened. My dice were like, oh, you want us to roll low? We got you, girl. A 6 and a 4, so 10 total.
Okay. So you're just rattling off these random ass football plays. You see Bartholomew start to like convulse and is like physically obviously in pain and like falls to their knees.
It's
Just
working, Ephema.
groaning in just agony. And
Last
then
one
it's
was
gonna
Black
be-
Pearl, just in case you were curious.
Oh, nice. And they pull themselves together long enough to like push themselves back to their feet, and they kind of like wave their hand and a staff, like a long black staff with like
Kiona tries to cast
Counterspell.
counterspell.
okay, roll a d20.
12.
So it kind of like flickers in the air for a second before it fully forms, and it's like inlaid with gold and has kind of a topper that's like mother of pearl with like a deep black gem set into the top, and they catch it and kind of swing it over their head, and let's see what happens. And some very impotent little sparks shoot out the top of it, and he falls to the ground again.
Well, you're not very good at this, are you?
I'm not usually working with chalk in my eye, dear. And then Eli, it's your turn.
Sorry, but you kind of forced my hand.
All right. Well, I see this staff that they summoned into their hand, and I'm gonna rush in with my katana, which is blunt. It's not sharpened. It's like just a prop, but it's pretty heavy. I'm just gonna like whack their hand to try to knock that staff out.
Roll a d20 for me.
I rolled a 14.
A 14. So you get enough leverage that you actually kind of cut into his hand or their hand a little bit as you come down, and with a blunt sword that hurts, and he drops the staff, and then it's Kiona's turn.
investigate for a way to. She's gonna look for a net or some kind of blanket or something that she could use as a net. She thinks a poodle.
roll me an investigation check then.
A 17, of course.
Oh, well, this isn't her house. She doesn't know where she is. She sees nothing in this grand, empty, like, foyer. The only thing there is just decor, like maybe a few random, like, statuettes and vases. Nothing that would serve as, like, a capturing mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you want to do something else?
Nope, that's good.
Okay. And then we're back to Mazra.
Alright. Do I do something funny or do I do something serious?
It's up to you, BB.
Something funny. It's April Fool's Day.
Alright. She reaches into the bag and pulls out a travel mug and throws it at their face.
I don't even need you to roll. It smacks them directly in their forehead and knocks them like into the air and back onto their back.
Oh my gosh.
Polly.
All right. Yeah, Foodle Lily is going to reach into their bag and pull out a motivational poster. It is, you know, those classic motivational posters that are black with like a nice nature picture and like in huge all caps.
Quote. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a word.
Yeah.
This one is collaborate, and the picture is a frog on top of a snail, and they're like trying to cross like a small stream. And
I want
so
this
Lily's
poster so bad now.
so God, and the demotivational ones are even better. Anyway,
Yes.
and so Foodle Lily starts reading it. Collaboration takes patience and understanding. Learning to collaborate is part of equipping yourself for effectiveness, problem solving, and innovation. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And he's never looked more pleased with himself.
Somehow everybody else gains inspiration.
Guidance counselor, baby.
And then
That's
Ephema.
Foodle's turn.
Ephema is still holding the book, and like she had extended her hand and was like waving her fingers while she cast her spell, air quotes. And now she just kind of looks at Bartholomew and says, "Bartholomew, dear, we don't really want to hurt you. Why don't you just agree to let I and Jesus go free, and we can just forget about all of this and go back to doing what we normally do, which is kill demons, I think."
Bartholomew kind of pulls himself up on the pedestal with all the buttons and glares at you and says, "I can't do that. This was supposed to be my birthday party and nobody came except for you."
Well, why don't we have a birthday party then? I could bake you a cake. How many candles
I
go on
don't
that
want
cake?
a birthday party from you. I want a birthday
Oh.
party from the other gods. I want my peers to respect me and love me.
And you think this is going to help them do that, darling? Taking over one of their stations?
It's a more respectable gig. They'll see I can do this. I know I can do this. I just have to get rid of you first. And they slap their hand on top of the pedestal and just hit whatever buttons they can get to. And a few different things start happening. There is a explosion that comes kind of from underneath one of the staircases, and like 16 parrots fly out and swarm you guys. There is the chandelier, this massive ornate chandelier that's hanging above, turns into butterflies and just flies away. And suddenly you guys all find yourselves floating 5 feet off the ground. And then it's Eli's turn.
Eli is going to sheath his katana. And he is going to say, Bartholomew, I know exactly how you feel. I wanted bigger things for myself in life, but I'm here teaching a bunch of snot-nosed teenagers who don't appreciate anything I do. I've got a school board that's constantly cutting my funding and freezing my pay. I've got a whole bunch of students that all they seem to care about is bringing contraband and drugs and that kind of stuff into school and talking about skibbity and memes and Riz, whatever all that stuff is. And I always think to
as you're
myself,
talking, their hand kind of slides off the buttons and you guys slowly come back to the ground.
and I always think to myself when I got a particular group of self-centered, snot-nosed brats, if only I could get rid of a couple of them, then all my problems will go away. Well, I've been doing this job for near on 20 years. And let me tell you, those self-serving, snot-nosed brats, they move on, and none of my problems is ever solved. Nobody is gonna respect you if you do stuff like this. The way you get your peers to respect you is to respect yourself first. And to do the best damn job you can in the position you're in. Because people need you. They don't need you to take the place of RN Jesus. They need the God of chaos. They need you to be who you are and for you to do the best damn job that you can do.
Efima is giving him like a literal standing ovation. She's like cheering in the background, and she's like, "Yeah, be yourself. Fuck the rest of them."
Bartholomew is hunched over on their hands and knees with a piece of chalk sticking out of their eye and just like blood streaming down their face, and is just sobbing at this point. They don't seem to be making a move towards you guys or to attack or anything. What do we do?
Bartholomew, may I give you a hug?
They kind of whimper and sniffle and nod their head pathetically.
All right.
I think we should all join the hug.
I refuse.
Group hug,
Hugs.
everybody.
No,
Group hug!
no.
Mazra, let's
Mazra?
go.
In spirit.
Group hug?
I'll hug you from over here.
It's not your body, Mazra. It doesn't count.
As
Yeah.
you guys start to do the group hug, this like Bartholomew kind of starts to glow a little bit. The piece of chalk falls out of their eye, and you can see it kind of heal in front of you. But nothing really happens. And Bartholomew kind of looks at Mazra with like puppy dog eyes.
I think you have to join the hug, Mazra.
Go, hug the damn god of chaos, right?
Fine.
And as Mazra joins, there's kind of a flash of light, and the next thing you know, Mazra, Foodle, Kiona, Ifima, you're kind of in this like astral plane away from everything, and your bodies that you inhabited have disappeared from the mansion. All that's left is Eli and Bartholomew standing there embracing, and
Now this is liminal space right here.
Bartholomew
Hold
says,
on. I actually have a background for this.
okay.
Yeah. There we go.
This is from when I was
Oh, wait.
playing.
That was only meant to be. It only shows the map on my screen.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
That's
so
fine.
funny.
Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I've got another
Spoiler
one. Okay.
alert!
No, that was for
this
previous.
This is from a
Oh.
previous thing.
Backwards.
Right?
Oh
Spoiler
god, yeah, we
alert.
already dealt with that shit.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God.
Dramatic flashback.
There we go.
There we
Hey,
go.
there you go.
You somehow traveled back in time, and the time travel. Okay. As Bartholomew and Eli are embracing, Bartholomew kind of like leans back and looks Eli in the eyes and says, "Do you really believe that I can earn their respect without all of this?"
Honey, if they can't respect you for who they are, they don't deserve to have you in their life.
Ifima,
most
you're not there
important-
anymore.
Oh.
You're in an
I thought we
astral
were all
plane.
there.
No, you
No,
guys
we were all
are,
there!
yeah, you guys have teleported to like an astral plane, and the bodies have disappeared and are
I
theoretically
thought
back.
Eli was with us in the liminal space.
No, he's still in the mansion
Oh.
with Bartholomew.
Use my speech.
Listen.
Gifted to you.
If you respect yourself, then the people who matter most will respect you. And honey, if they don't respect you, then they are not worth worrying about the respect over or something like that. I heard some old lady say it on the wind or something. I didn't quite catch it. There's something about scissor formation too. The point is this. Ain't nobody's respect matters as much as your self-respect. And you have a lot of reason to respect yourself. Everybody needs a little bit of chaos in their lives. Look at me. I just go one humdrum day after the other, teaching the same old thing, putting whiskey in my coffee, trying to play Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of jackanapes that won't pay attention to what the rules are, no matter how many times I tell them what they are. Tonight was the most damn exciting night I've had in 15 years. And that's because of you.
Bartholomew looks at him and says, "Well, for what it's worth, most humans probably wouldn't have wandered in here into this truly, utterly chaotic scene that you've stumbled into. So I think there's more life and spark left in there than you think there is." And he kind of pats you on the back and leads you back into the kitchen and opens the pantry, and you see a like kind of lanky long-haired man with a beard and like covered in like tattoos of like dice and like poker chips and horseshoes and stuff, and
Avert my gaze, for I cannot look upon his glory.
in like a band t-shirt and ripped jeans, and he's still just like conked out in the pantry, and Bartholomew turns and goes, maybe we should get out of here before he comes to. And you guys You guys take off and
That's a good idea.
yeah, and Eli wakes up seemingly like the next morning. It's almost as if none of it ever happened, but you can, like, you feel different. You're changed. And from then on, once a week, you meet Bartholomew down in the Helm's Deep Tavern under the game store for a rousing game of D&D that sometimes gets a little more chaotic than you expect.
Are we joined by Lily, Big D, Frankie, and Ollie?
Yes, and they have no idea. They think he's your weird cousin.
I will go smash onto Big D and hope that he takes good care of him.
And then Eli has a renewed kind of sense of enjoyment and joie de vivre in his teaching career.
You mean your joy de vivre?
He stops just recycling the same old stuff every year. If a student does something like clownish or unexpected in class, he kind of takes it in stride. He learns to embrace the chaos a little bit, and he asks eventually Lily out on a date one time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, well, and if I have any say in it, she says yes. She's very excited.
You don't have any say in it at this point,
okay.
But for some reason, Lily has found herself more interested in Eli than she's ever been before. And so she's kind of she finds herself excited whenever he works up the courage to finally ask her out.
He thinks
Nice.
his katana is very cool.
And he's got beautiful eyes and a cute butt.
Wow. All right. What about the rest of them? What
Guess we'll
happens
have
to everybody
to
else?
find
Barb?
out next week.
We go somewhere far worse.
Oh.
Yeah, Carly, you want a happy ending? And you want someone to die?
No.
Tune in next week.
Next week is your happy ending, Carly.
Yeah, well.
Ghost, thank you so much for letting me hijack Winds of Chaos for
Bye.
tonight.
That was so good.
This was
And
so much fun.
Beautiful, fun surprise.
This was such a
I'm so
blast.
glad. I'm so glad you guys liked it. I know that it's like, you came expecting one thing, and then we threw this curveball at you. But
I'm
this
not
was so
mad.
much
I feel
fun. I was
So
No,
bad
this
that I
was
so happy when
convinced-
Bard
This
reached
was
out.
fun.
Yeah,
I feel so
Bard,
bad that I
what a great
convinced
idea.
everyone to play the D&D,
To
and that
play
wasn't
the
what Bard
game.
wanted us to do.
I thought that was, yeah, no, I was
That's what we were supposed
I
to
was
do.
with you. I was like, I guess
I
this is
was
why
with
we're
it
here.
Too. I was like,
That's
oh,
why
well,
we're
we're
here.
metagaming this pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna play.
I didn't
Shit,
like
that
Go
was
another
so
level
good.
deeper.
don't feel bad. I was not upset at all. I was laughing my butt off because I
Thank
thought
God.
it was so funny that I had this whole thing planned, and then it was like, well, we're gonna play D&D and see if that works.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but I just kind of this all started because I had a weird dream the other night, and I woke up and I was like,
really?
Ghost, how would you feel about? I was like, I know it's last minute, but how would you feel about pulling the ultimate prank on the D&D crew?
Yeah.
It's such a good
It's
idea. Holy
amazing.
shit.
Amazing.
so good.
So
Yeah.
good.
This was fun. This was a lot of
so
fun.
good.
And
Thanks, Bard.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know what to expect for the players
Right.
and for the people in chat. I had no idea it was. I got my character ahead of time a little
Right.
bit to know
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah,
But,
Ghost.
yeah.
Ghost got his character, and then like a brief description of the other characters because he was going to be the only one that didn't come from
Yeah.
the
Right.
Winds of Chaos world.
Makes sense.
So good.
and so he
Yeah, we
kind of knew
needed
you guys
somebody
all
to
worked at
corral
the
us.
school, but that was all he knew about it as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and that
very
was kind
sad.
of my job, was to help corral you guys.
Yeah.
Fima was very sad that Eli didn't come to the liminal space. I thought when Bard described it that Eli came to the liminal space with us, and Fima was very excited to share liminal space with him.
Oh, yeah.
See it.
Maybe someday.
this
He's
time.
friends with the Chaos God now, so you never know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's why I
I really,
and you were like, "You're not there," and I was like, "No."
I really did. I had such a blast, and I am proud of myself that this one shot did not become a 2-shot.
It
This
stayed
time.
one
Oh my
shot.
God,
It's the
did-
first
we did
ever
it!
One shot that stayed.
That's
We did it.
literally the first ever.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
First one shot ever.
Holy shit, Bard.
Ghost was like,
That's
they want to
right.
know. Ghost was like, they want
Wow.
to know if we'll be done by 10, and I was like, huh, we'll see.
yeah, with these knuckleheads.
I had a
Yeah.
very loose
Yeah.
plan, and then most of it was just like, I'm gonna wing it and see what they do. That's why I thought it was so funny whenever Fima was like, "Well, I guess we play D&D, and then you can sit down."
I thought that's what we were supposed to do.
I love we're just in
That's
some
amazing.
random bodies and we spend like 4 hours playing D&D, like, and then wait, there's weird shit going on.
I love how quickly everyone just accepted that they were in a whole different place
Yeah.
too. It was just like, well,
Yeah,
this is what we're doing now, I guess.
yeah.
We did go through portals, so you know.
I
Yeah,
do
check,
feel
check.
like
The big-
Fiona.
big
I
block
feel like
was-
the Chaos Crew is very used to randomly showing up in
Oh,
weird
God,
places.
yeah,
They are.
We've ended
They've
up
had
all sorts of
lots
places.
strange things happen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the big block at the beginning was Eli accepting that these are like
Yeah.
These are not
other
his friends,
beings.
just on drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
I was trying to think, like, what would you think?
Right.
Right,
well,
oh,
your
yeah.
A
friends
bunch of
started going
sort
off
of
their
work
rocker
colleagues, like they're not necessarily best friends, they're work colleagues, right? And all of a sudden they're showing up to D&D and they're talking about, like, who are you? I'm a female the Woods Witch.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
What
April.
is this worth? Ooh.
Yeah. And it's April 1st, you know, like they're
Yeah.
pulling a prank, right?
My
Like,
favorite
yeah.
Well, component is this.
My
Yeah.
favorite part was when people would ask Eli about stuff and he actually knew the answer, but Afima would answer instead.
And inside the car is magic that makes it go.
Yeah.
No.
What are
He
those
gave us a-
things? Those are fairy lights.
Yeah, one of the cut scenes from this movie was Eli explaining the history of the combustion engine.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Lazarus
Yeah.
furiously
Yeah.
writing down notes.
yeah, Moss was like taking so copious
Yeah.
notes.
I also love that-
Carly had it when you were talking about RN Jesus.
Yeah.
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 History of
And Carly in
religion.
the chat was like 3 hours later, and that's the
Yeah.
basis of faith in this world.
Yeah.
I thought it was great that Ghost did have a chance to kind of bring some real history into
Yes.
it because
Yeah,
that was my
fun.
hope whenever I was like, he's gonna be the history teacher.
Oh yeah. that's so
we would
good.
get at least a moment of that, so that was
Ghost
nice.
is always ready with weird history facts. I don't think you guys realize just how much he's always ready to just be like, oh yeah, and this happened at this time in history.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
I didn't expect him to actually go get a guitar.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to go get
Oh
this.
my god! I've been to his house and I didn't know he had that.
You're really into katanas.
Oh my goodness,
More
that's
than you know.
amazing.
It's sitting right
So
there.
good.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
love
got
it.
Actually
so
did
excited
so
to look
during-
up real football plays too.
Yeah, that was so good. Oh my
Sorry,
god.
Ghost, go ahead.
So during COVID-19, a co-teacher of mine and I, like we were co-teaching an English course. He had one section, I had a section. We did like a condiments challenge. It was like quotes from Macbeth, and one team had to like identify the quote from Macbeth, and if they got it right, the other teacher had to eat like a spoonful of condiments, and we had like olive juice and mustard, and we had all sorts of stuff. Right, we're doing
And
it.
if you guys
We're doing
are,
it over
like-
Zoom during the pandemic, and we did
think
it.
it
We
was
did it like
in the morning.
WWE. Yeah,
Oh
we did
my
like
It was, like, in the
WWE promo videos where we were like posturing at each other. So we just ran and grabbed a bunch of stuff from around the house. I had like this and a leather jacket and a cowboy hat. Just
If
in
you
the
guys-
video, like I'm gonna
Holy
beat
crap.
you.
If you guys are wondering what the grossest thing Ghost ate that day, it was a tablespoon of fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Oh.
Ooh, good
Teaspoon.
lord.
Teaspoon. We did
Was
not
it a
do
teaspoon?
tablespoons.
Okay,
we were like, no.
Yeah, but a teaspoon
No.
of fish sauce.
Teaspoon.
Just straight with nothing to cut it. Yeah.
That
That's
was rough.
horrifying.
That was rough.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta mute.
I
Vinyl's got
remember
to work tomorrow, but you guys, Bard,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Bard,
Holy
thank
crap,
you so
that was
much.
amazing.
Yeah,
And
this
thank
was
you all.
amazing.
This was a blast.
So much
Yeah.
fun.
You're
I love
wonderful.
this.
I really am so grateful that you guys let me just kind of come in here and be goofy.
We are so
was
grateful that
great.
you did it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Always
And
yes.
players, I'm so grateful to you for constantly being flexible and constantly being up for all this off the wall stuff that we do in this campaign.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
being
much.
flexible enough to allow us to have these adventures, Ghost Pepper. Yeah.
So-
Wolf, this is your show.
Yep, I'm
you want to
gonna-
take it away, please?
Yep, thanks everyone for being here. Bits and subs, Harley, Flutter. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight for this lovely time. Thank you for Bard for DMing for us. And we're gonna raid over to the Game Master Eric, who has raided us a couple times, and we raided him a couple times. So up in and say hello.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Our raid call gonna be? It should be something.
yeah, feel free to
April
change
Fool's.
it to whatever.
Is this what happened to Saribot for the day? Like the colors and the capitals were inverted or something?
Oh, maybe.
That's amazing.
I don't see any of this that you guys are seeing differently.
Earlier in the day, the font was Comic Sans, but I
Yeah.
think they've turned it off now.
Okay, all right, we're heading out. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night.
Friends.